crime crackdown with National Guard troops to other Democrat-led cities.
They're going to fight me. Like this slob of a governor you have in Illinois, this poor guy, gets a bad governor. He should be calling me, and he should be saying, could you send over the troops, please? It's out of control. It's out of control.
Fox's Mike Tobin in Chicago.
Now, Chicago's Mayor Brandon Johnson wants to argue that violent crime is down in Chicago, and he is right. Murders, shootings, vehicle theft, all down around 30%, but down from a dramatic high. The homicide rate in Chicago is still triple to the rate in Los Angeles, quadruple New York.
The president also facing Democrat defiance over a threat to cut federal funds in areas that don't end no cash bail. The president also saying during a cabinet meeting he has someone in mind to replace Federal Reserve Board Governor Lisa Cook, who plans a legal fight over the president firing her. Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married. That's part of a Taylor Swift post jointly announcing her engagement with Kansas City Super Bowl champ Travis Kelce.
Clearly, the pop superstar has decided Travis Kelce is a lot more than Mr. Perfectly Fine. We don't know if Travis, in proposing, said, "You belong with me," or "It's a love story, baby, just say yes," or even "I want to be your endgame." We do know from Taylor's Instagram post that Kelce got down on one knee for the proposal, and we know there was no need for Taylor to say, "I'd marry you with paper rings," given that the engagement ring Travis popped on her finger is even more impressive than his 3 Super Bowl rings and likely a whole lot more expensive.
Fox's Jonathan Hunt. The president among those wishing them well. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What he is facing. It's partly cloudy and 72 degrees in the Circle City. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:02. An Indianapolis conductor and composer is now facing charges of possessing child pornography and cocaine. Marion County prosecutor Ryan Mears said today that Julian Wagner was arrested last week. Court documents say he confessed to using cryptocurrency to purchase child pornography. Investigators say the finance company Robinhood told them to what it called shady things on Wagner's account between August of last year and February of this year. Police also recovered a stash of cocaine next to Wagner's laptop. A semi-truck was involved in a collision today along a Fishers highway. Ryan Hedrick reports on what police are focusing on in the investigation.
State Police Sergeant John Perrine says there's always a human element involved in collisions.
It's our job to find out what caused it. Some of the most tragic crashes when semi-tractor trailers run into the back of stopped traffic.
And Perrine says that's exactly what happened along I-69. Now, police will be looking into what happened with the truck's brakes, its speed, and, of course, what the person driving the truck was doing right before the crash. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A prosecutor has a very clear message when it comes to criminals. Johnette Cruz with that story.
Johnson County Prosecutor Lance Hamner has made it clear people who cross into the county to commit crimes will do the time.
They arrest somebody close to the county line. They always want to know, which side am I on? Well, that billboard says this is the line. Cross it, and here's where you're going to do more time.
Hamner spoke to Wish TV about the billboard that says exactly just that on 65 as you cross from Marion County into Johnson County. And now Marion County resident Ivan Bautista has been sentenced to 2 years in prison for breaking into a Greenwood gun store and stealing over $80,000 worth of firearms back in 2023. Hamner also stated that this is exactly what we're trying to stop and we won't tolerate it. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And the Indiana Fever faced the Seattle Storm at Gainbridge Fieldhouse this evening at 7. Fever are 19-17 and sit third in the Eastern Conference. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:04.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. That's 800-659-7540.
You've got WIBC traffic at 3:05. Here's Matt Bear.
5-minute delay on southbound 6570. North split down to the south split. It is construction, and in the same construction zone, northbound 65 stop and go Raymond up to the south split. Eastbound 70 is starting to slow down just a little bit. Harding into the south split. If we had a stall on the northeast side, it's gone. A little bit of traffic on southbound 465 Route I-69, but you'll clear out before too long. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Honda of Fishers is now Great Lakes Honda of Fishers under new ownership. Visit them just off State Road 37 for special grand opening prices during their summer sales event. Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Mostly clear and cool overnight tonight with low temperatures dropping to 50. Heading into your Wednesday, lots of sunshine once again. Temperatures still below normal into the mid-70s. And a cold front moves through on Thursday will bring us more cloud cover, maybe even a few showers late Thursday with temps in the mid-70s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. I've got some awesome news, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm not talking about Travis Kelce or Taylor Swift getting engaged. That news pales in comparison to what I'm about to tell you right now. Despite several days of 90-degree heat, Hammer, attendance at this year's Indiana State Fair up, slow clap.
There it is.
Oh, man.
We still like our deep-fried food here in Indiana, baby.
Even though you did lose the Oreo eating contest, which was to a fan, no less.
Man, that kills me.
Yeah.
I die a little bit inside every time I see somebody pick up an Oreo. But no, the numbers at the fair this year, up. I was wondering how the attendance would be this year because, one, it was hotter than hell.
Blazing hot.
And two, there were some videos that were going around that were believed to be some extracurricular activity, some fights taking place.
Some troubled youths.
Right,
fighting.
Local youths. But seems like everything went off, for the most part, pretty well at the fair. People liked the entertainment, of course, the food. Like, I'm more upset about losing that deep-fried Oreo eating contest than I am I couldn't talk that day. Because that was the day my voice went out.
Your voice gave out.
And, man, I tried to power through, and I just sounded awful.
The State Fair drew in 854,977 people, a slight uptick compared to 850,236 attendees last year.
So that's good.
I'll take it. I mean, it's not like a huge percentage, but it's more than it was last year.
It's up. And like we said, it was really hot. There was a 2-week stretch there where the heat indices, are we saying that right? Indices.
I think it's a made-up word, actually.
Where
my honest truth.
Triple digits. So it's good we can start a segment like this. Normally, when we're starting the top of the hour, it's a murder. It's a homicide. It's something going on in a war. It's every once in a while kind of nice to have some good news.
I like it.
Now let's pivot to play a round of Is It Racist?
Oh, my goodness.
It's time to play Is It Racist?
Now, for those who might not be familiar with the way this game works, here to explain is AOC.
Is it racist? Is something racist, yes or no?
I love that soundbite. That's not AI, by the way. That's the real McCoy. That's the real socialist sweetheart in all of her glory. All right, Nige.
Yeah.
Chicago's mayor, Brandon Johnson. I didn't think it was possible for somebody to be worse than Beetlejuice up in Chicago, but
oh, trust me.
Here we are. He tends to think that the wacky concept that Donald Trump has of putting bad people behind bars is racist.
Instead of spending hundreds of millions of dollars for a publicity stunt to invoke chaos and terror, the federal government should spend that money on proven solutions to crime and violence reduction. We cannot incarcerate our way out of violence. We've already tried that, and we've ended up with the largest prison population in the world without solving the problems of crime and violence. The addiction on jails and incarceration in this country, we have moved past that. It is racist, it is immoral, it is unholy, and it is not the way to drive violence down.
I don't know. What's racist about throwing violent criminals in jail?
Well, we have to ask Brandon.
He didn't say anything about skin color. I'd say we've been trying it the opposite way for decades in some of these deep blue cities like Chicago and D.C.
Right.
That hasn't worked. What seems to be working right now over the past 12 days is, as far as I know, the last numbers I've seen, not one homicide in Washington, D.C. Crime is way down after he federalized the police force and brought in the National Guard. And he's thinking about doing it, when I say he, Donald Trump, thinking about doing it in other areas of the United States.
And if you want to have a conversation about whether or not incarceration helps rehabilitate people, we can have that conversation. That's fine. We'll probably disagree, but I think decent people can have that chat.
It helped Jelly Roll.
It helps Jelly Roll, for the love of God. But Brandon Johnson and a lot of these left-wingers can't help themselves but play the race card. He had a decent argument going about incarceration, rehabilitation, and we can't lock everybody up. But then he couldn't help himself. He had to play the race card, and that's where you lose everybody. It's not racist to lock up bad people. And I don't care if they're white, if they're black, if they're Hispanic, whoever they are. If you're a violent threat to society, you should be behind bars. And if it takes ICE, if it takes the feds, if it takes the local police, I don't care who does it. Certainly does not make it racist. Cracker Barrel, they are now...
Oh, no.
I don't want to say trying to walk back their rollout, their rebrand, but they're saying they could have done a better job, Nige.
For the logo?
For the logo. They put out a statement basically saying the new logo's going to stay. Uncle Herschel is dead, but
they got rid of that. So they got rid of that hick sitting next to the barrel.
Uncle Herschel.
Uncle Herschel on the logo, and now it just says Cracker Barrel.
They got rid of the cracker and the barrel. Both gone. It's just a generic picture that says Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Looks like somebody made it on Canva or something. Donald Trump has weighed in, though, Nige. Quote.
Has he really?
Cracker Barrel should go back to the old logo, admit a mistake based on customer response, and manage the company better than ever before. This is on a Truth Social post. He goes on. They got $1 billion worth of free publicity if they play their cards right. Very tricky to do that, but a great opportunity. Have a major news conference today. Make Cracker Barrel a winner again, Nige.
I'm kind of not interested in this thing. Like, as long as they have country fried steak on the menu, they could put Dylan Mulvaney in that friggin' rocking chair, and I'd still go there sitting next to the barrel. All right?
Yeah, my whole thing is it's just such a middle finger to the customer base. Like, that's what they think of you, right? That's what these marketing worms are going to do. Some 20, 30-year-old, maybe 40-year-old marketing worm is going to say, we've had a lot of success based on Southern lifestyle, Southern cooking, Midwestern Southern families. Here's what we should do. Get rid of all of it. Like, it's the same thing Bud Light did, right?
A strange strategy, yeah.
It just goes to show these people, they can't help themselves. Like Brandon Johnson of Chicago, he can't help himself but play the race card. Some of these very liberal, East Coast business worms can't help themselves. They have no idea who the real customer base is. Like, if Buffalo Wild Wings decided, you know what, we're going to keep the same menu, but now we're going to paint everything pink and have green dongs hanging up, and we're going to show nothing but WNBA. Like, it's the same thing as Cracker Barrel
Sure,
here, right?
serve the same food.
Right.
At least keep the food.
Correct. The food's the same, but they're just giving a middle finger to who their customer is. And last time I checked, the food industry, pretty competitive. You've got options out there.
Lots of options.
If you need a reason to drink tonight, Nige.
Didn't know I needed one.
Happy National Toilet Paper Day. Now, I know you're pretty bougie when it comes to your toilet paper.
Yeah, I mean, I'll buy generic a lot on certain things in our house, whether it's dishwasher detergent or things like that. Soap, even like hand soap.
Right.
But I'll spend the extra coinage for some Cottonelle.
Got to have the multi-ply.
Yeah.
Like the stuff we have here in that unisex bathroom, that hellhole across the hall. Might as well be Uganda. It's where we sent Maryland Man. That unisex bathroom across the hall. We're lucky it's not sandpaper here, man. It's awful.
Did you know, a little piece of trivia, Johnny Carson back in the day, like in the 70s when he was hosting The Tonight Show, inadvertently caused a real toilet paper shortage in this country. It was back when there was a gas shortage in the country in the early 70s.
Okay.
And he went on, and here's the joke that actually caused mass panic across the country.
There is an acute shortage of toilet paper in the good old United States. We got to quit writing on it.
And that seriously caused a huge shortage because people were panic buying on like COVID levels.
Right.
Toilet paper.
Because they trust Johnny Carson. All eyes were on him.
He's making a joke, obviously.
Right. But, man, that's such a power move by Johnny.
I know.
So many people are watching my show. I make a joke about TP and everybody loses their mind. That's a flex. Speaking of flexing, Matt Bear is in the WIBC Traffic Center.
That's it, fellas. Looking at southbound 6570, delayed 4 minutes down from the north split to the south split. And in the same construction zone as northbound 65 from Raymond up to the south split. And that's slow traffic right now through the construction. East side, southbound 465 slow from 70 down to Brookville Road. And on the west side, southbound 465 a little bit slow before 38th. Traffic sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They've teamed up with the Indiana Fever and Common Threads to provide local schools with information for nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies Incorporated. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
71 right now at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Nige, Allison, did anybody see workers on the circle earlier today? Anybody?
I did earlier.
Oh, they were working?
Yeah.
Moving concrete. They had jackhammers out. They had hard hats on.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't make a count, but is there anybody out there now?
No, that's why I was asking.
Okay.
Because it's a beautiful, clear, 71-degree day. It's like freaking San Diego out here right now. So I didn't know if maybe earlier today.
I did do my daily check.
Okay. Well, that's more than we've had in, like, what, months? Months down here? Coming up here in just a little bit, we'll have a fun round of caller roulette.
Oh, no.
But up next, man, a bit we haven't done in a long time. Nige, I know how well you do in Bible trivia when you and Jeff Boggs go head-to-head. So this next segment, it's got your name written all over it, okay?
All right.
We'll find out what it is when we come back.
Planning for retirement? It's a little like marriage. We have no idea what we're getting into. Tune in to Fire Your Financial Advisor, Sunday mornings at 7 on WIBC.
Mark Dietel is the only real estate expert I would trust here in Indy to sell my house, especially knowing that Zillow is ranking Indy number 2 among 2025's hottest markets. Home values have risen and are holding strong. Now is a great time to sell with Mark Dietel. Hire the team with proven systems to max out your equity. Sell your home with Mark Dietel.
Mark Dietel is the only real estate expert we recommend here on the Hammer and Nigel show. And the reason why is the guarantee. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. You pick the move date, no long-term contracts, and you can cancel at any time. Call Mark Dietel today.
317-755-4232 or go online, markdeedle.com. That's Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdeedle.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Citizens, since we each upgraded to Xfinity in our homes, the Wi-Fi has been booming. It's fair to say our town has officially become a boomtown.
Mayor, will I be able to drop into multiplayer gaming battles with low lag?
The lag won't be an issue, but your questionable skills may be.
And what if I have hundreds of devices on the Wi-Fi? Purely hypothetical.
Seems like a lot, but sure, hundreds of devices all booming together with the Xfinity Gateway. Yes, friends and neighbors, with Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
The Wi-Fi isn't the only thing that's booming. Now get the most reliable Wi-Fi and our best-in-class equipment for one consistent price for 5 years guaranteed. All in. Plus, get unlimited data included and no annual contract. All with the 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Select plans only. Xfinity Gateway with X-Fi Complete required for unlimited data except in certain areas. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024. Actual speeds vary.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
For service today?
Today.
You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZQL Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. And right now, lease a new 2025 RAV4, just $349 per month. Or a new Tacoma, $299 per month. Plus, choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more.
Hubler's got you covered.
At the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com. Grand opening savings and the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Cover me!
Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag title license 249 dealer doc. RAV4 model 4432, Tacoma model 7540. 36 months, $29.99 due, zero security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter. Expires 9/1.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's Diamond Engagement Ring Store.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, my name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with more exciting news from the people who brought you legal stuff, from the people that brought you Indiana stuff. Get ready. Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen. Religious stuff.
God.
There's a God somewhere.
Satan. Donations.
Donations. I thought it was a trap.
Religious stuff.
Can I get a amen? I'm very happy to be here.
Religious stuff night.
Have you seen this young priest at a church in England that's like he's gone viral? He's all over TikTok because he's hot.
I have not seen him.
He's a very handsome priest. Father Jordan of St. Edward's Church in the UK posts on TikTok and has received many lustrous comments like, hot priest. Here's one of his messages.
Hello, I'm Father Jordan, and I'm delighted to be the new vicar here at St. Edward the Confessor in Romford. Come and say hello. We gather here regularly throughout the week and, of course, on Sundays. Even if you haven't been for a while, we'd love to see you again. But this is just me saying hi to you. If you follow us on Facebook or on any of our social media, a welcome from me. God bless.
All right, so Allison, we're going to need you to look up Father Jordan of St. Edward's Church in the UK to let us know if he is indeed the hot
She
priest.
already did.
Of course she did.
Yeah, he's very handsome. Very handsome.
Now, the reason why we're talking about this is because you're a priest in the Catholic Church, especially over there. Like, you're not allowed to get married. You're not allowed to have kids. There's a myriad of reasons. Probably go deep into the weeds on this, but I'm assuming a priest's role is involved 24/7 for pastoral duties, emergencies, sacraments, and marriage and kids could divide that attention and bring your attention away from God and all your godly duties. So that's why, as far as I understand it, the last time I started speculating and spouting off about the Pope, I got in trouble. So I'll just leave it at a very basic kind of thing here that everybody's saying, oh, it's such a shame this priest who's doing good for the world. He's so hot, though. He's unavailable.
Well, I mean, you just heard Allison. I could hear the lust in Allison's voice. Like, Allison's already going to hell just by the looks that she's giving the computer screen right now.
How dare you?
Jeez.
Which brings us to great moments in religion history. This was a church where the local pastor was going to marry 2 members of the congregation. But the problem is the groom, the male, hadn't been going to church for a while. The pastor hasn't seen him in a while. And then I think he wanted the smoke.
And where have you been, Mr. Underwood? And I noticed on the calendar I'm supposed to marry y'all. What makes you think I'd marry you? You're one of the sorriest church members I have. You're not worth 15 cents. And you want me to marry you to her? And you want to marry him? And he don't even know where he belongs? And you don't even know where you belong? Stand up, big boy. Are y'all keeping the camera on me back there in the little video room? He has a little attitude adjustment that we're going to fix. Now, I don't care what your mama thinks and your daddy thinks. But, Mama, you get out of my way when I'm messing with that boy. And last I checked, he's a grown man.
He's a grown man. Pastor wants the smoke. He's not here to mess around this week.
Wow, I'm paying for that?
Right.
Okay.
We're paying to have the pastor that wants to beat the crap out of me. Great moments in religion history. Let's check in with Smokey from Friday.
What we call drugs at 74th Street Baptist Church, we call us sin.
Well, around here, between Normandy and Weston, we call this here a little twin.
Wow. And I can't remember what they say afterwards. Great moments.
I love it.
In religion history. Nigel, it's a big day. You walk around the city. It kind of feels like fall. Now, there are parts of the West Coast. It's like 105. It's super hot on the West Coast right now. But here, it feels like fall. And lo and behold, today's the day the pumpkin spice latte is back at Dunkin' Donuts.
I've been waiting.
Yes, it's Dunkin' Donuts.
Finally.
I add the donuts to it.
It's just Dunkin'. You're not allowed to add the Dunkin'.
Oh, you can't tell me what I'm allowed to put on, especially when it comes to donuts.
All right.
Dunkin' Donuts.
They rebranded just like Cracker Barrel, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm sure, Deer Creek's called something else too. But here is a message of what it sounds like when somebody pulls up to Starbucks or Dunkin', wherever you find these things, and places that order.
Can I take your order?
Yeah, I'd like 50 grams of sugar, 14 grams of fat, 50 grams of carbs, some caffeine, salt, diglycerides, and a little pumpkin puree, please.
1 pumpkin spice latte. Please pull forward.
That's it. That's what you're getting right there.
That's why it's so delicious.
I like the order of just salt. I'd like some salt. All right, fatty, come on up. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings, the best in the business. They worked a miracle with my garage floor. My old, stinky, cracked, stained, faded, uneven garage floor was changed within a day. Slip resistant, 4 times as strong, tons of different colors and styles to choose from. Lifetime warranty, so easy to clean. And they don't use epoxy. They use something called polyurea, which is the new premium standard when we're talking about concrete coatings. In fact, Galaxy did such a good job that I had him back over to do the concrete in my utility room in my basement. It looks great. GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com or call them 751-9070 and tell them Nigel sent you.
All right, we're going to mix it up a little bit today here on the Hammer and Nigel show. Caller roulette. We're going to do it a little earlier than normal, okay? 239-9393. Whatever you want to talk about. If you want to talk about redistricting, if you want to talk about Governor Braun, Lieutenant Governor Beckwith, if you want to talk about Donald Trump sending troops into Chicago or other places, or maybe you just want to say something inappropriate to Allison, anything goes. 239-9393. Just keep it brief, okay? Don't tell us a 15-minute story. Keep it brief and keep it clean. Other than that, damn the torpedoes. Let's go. 239-9393. A little caller roulette on a Tuesday here at the Hammer and Nigel show.
Your future holds so much potential. The question is, are you planting the right seeds today to make it flourish? At Howard Bailey Financial, we strive to help you create a retirement plan that can adapt to your evolving needs, offering guidance to bring you clarity, confidence, and purpose along the way. Whether you're just beginning or refining your financial strategy, we're here to support you. Let's grow something lasting together. Text GROW to 888-262-1104 to start planning for your future full of possibility. That's GROW to 888-262-1104. Take the first step today. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Pat Sullivan here for Hope Plumbing. Do gurgling pipes, the fear of a leak in your basement, or an AC unit that sounds like a lawnmower keep you up at night? Become a member at Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling and have the comfort of knowing you have a technician on call to bring total comfort to your home. For only $8 a month, you get up to a 10% discount on all plumbing and HVAC services, 1 annual free mainline snaking, 1 annual inspection, and so much more. Call Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling and become a member today.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
They said yes. Fair skies and 72 degrees in downtown Indy. Lows in the lower 50s tonight. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:32. American superstar singer and songwriter Taylor Swift posted on social media saying her and Kansas City Chiefs player Travis Kelce are now engaged. The two met each other and started dating back in 2023. And not just that, but Swift is preparing to send out her 12th studio album while Kelce is scheduled to play his 12th season. A New Mexico man is now recovering after being treated for the plague. Health administrators say the man from Valencia County was the state's first human case this year. He recently checked out of the hospital and may have been exposed while camping. The CDC says this is easily treatable with antibiotics, and getting medical help as early as possible can lead to a full recovery. Some Indiana leaders are in Washington. Ryan Hedrick tells us why.
A few weeks ago, members of the Indiana Republican Party were invited by the Trump administration to a meeting in Washington, D.C. scheduled for today. Sherry Ellis is the chief of staff for Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith.
Basically, the agenda is just to hear from some White House officials and cabinet secretaries to learn about how we can partner with the administration on implementing President Trump's agenda throughout the state and local levels.
Ellis says that discussions about redistricting are not part of today's agenda. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Gas prices across Indiana have jumped as high as 50 cents in some places. Gas Buddy's head of petroleum analysis, Patrick DeHaan, explains why.
The BP refinery in Whiting, Indiana, that's up in northwest Indiana near Hammond, unfortunately last week succumbed to a tremendous amount of rainfall. That severe weather essentially caused that refinery to partially go offline for a period of several days.
DeHaan says the refinery is back online now and prices should start to fall again by Labor Day. And you may have heard the pumpkin spice latte is back on the menus at Starbucks and Dunkin' today. News time, 3:34. Your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Don Fisher here for QC Kinetics.
I want to share with you the best thing I've done for my knee pain. I've been hearing commercials about the groundbreaking treatments that QC Kinetics offers for months. Meantime, my chronic knee pain had hit an all-time high threshold. I wanted to stay active and enjoy playing golf again without the pain. So I decided to call and book an appointment. And what I found out was that QC Kinetics is the non-surgical solution. I have no knee pain and feel like I did 10 years ago. And it's all because of the non-invasive therapy from QC Kinetics.
Discover the solution to joint pain with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. For a free consultation, call 463-282-6886.
I'm back to playing golf and enjoying life. Take it from me, this is the best call you can make to relieve your orthopedic pain.
For your free consultation, call QC Kinetics today. 463-282-6886. 463-282-6886.
With WIBC traffic now, here's Matt Bear.
Southbound 6570 delayed 5 minutes from the north split to the south split because of construction. Then northbound 65 out of the south side slows Raymond Street into the south split again because of the same construction zone. Eastbound 70 dragging to the east side from the north split out to rural. Inbound 65 stop and go West Street to the north split. On the east side, southbound 465 slows before 70 down to Brookville Road. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Makes summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry. Offer ends September 1st. To visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Mostly clear and cool overnight tonight with low temperatures dropping to 50. Heading into your Wednesday, lots of sunshine once again. Temperatures still below normal into the mid-70s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Buckle up. Anything can happen here.
Oh, hell yeah. Let it ride. Let it ride.
Hammer and Nigel present Caller Roulette.
This really is a bad idea.
It's always a bad idea, yet we keep doing it every week.
I mean, when you weigh out the pros and cons of like what we get out of this segment compared to the risk, it's not even close, but screw it, we're here. All right, let's light this candle. Again, producer Allison, do we have the dump button ready? Now, the texting feature is working too, right? Like, do we have that available?
Yeah. If you guys want to just text in the 317-239-9393, we can maybe read your text on air.
Now, that's where you really want to take your shot at Allison on the text. Like 239-9393.
Well, everyone has access to it in the building, so.
Can you text pictures?
I'm not answering that question.
That's a yes. We got a ball game. Let's go. All right. Carl is waiting patiently. Carl, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show.
How you doing, guys?
Awesome.
It's kind of a random thing, but it's more of a PSA or grinding my gears. Please put out there, if you're in the left lane and you're not passing the middle or the slow lane and you're being passed, please get over. It's not a driving lane. It's a passing lane.
Especially now that the speed limit's been increased to 65 miles an hour on most places.
Right.
We usually get a left lane complainer about once a month, I'd say. But it's a legitimate complaint.
And we spoke to Sergeant John Perrine, might have been earlier this week or last week, about slow drivers causing just as many issues as the people going too fast.
You'll get a ticket when you're driving in this slow in the fast lane, or even slow in the right lane.
Right. And the lack of awareness, like Carl's pointing out here. Like if you're driving and you see everybody passing you and there's a parade of people behind you, at what point do you realize maybe I should get out of the way? I'm with you on this one, Carl.
And then also move over for the cops on the side of the road if they got somebody pulled over.
Right.
I know that all too well because I tried to do that one time going down 65, but there was somebody that was passing me, and I was trying to slow down, but I was on the right side, and the cop was outside of his vehicle kind of moving cars over, but I couldn't get over because of the guy to my left, and the cop was, like, all of a sudden started cussing me. I could tell he was pointing at me and, like, giving me the big Come on, what are you doing, dude? But he didn't see the guy that was next to him. I felt so bad because we're so pro-law enforcement, so pro-police.
Right.
I had family in the Indiana State Police, and this guy's just cussing me. This cop is just
What did he want you
pointing
to
his
go
finger.
go Dale Earnhardt on the guy next to you?
He didn't see the guy next to me. He just
Okay.
he obviously couldn't see the guy next to me, so there's nothing I can do. So I'll have to live with that horrible memory for the rest of my life.
Tyler is up next. Tyler, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show. What do you got?
What's up, fellas? Hey, just wanted to quickly say Cracker Barrel. I've had enough of it. Has anybody eaten at Cracker Barrel? It sucks. It sucks as much as Ron Kendall does from 9 to 12 in the morning.
Did you say Ron Kendall or Rob Kendall?
Ron Kendall's become a thing here.
I disagree wholeheartedly. Cracker Barrel does not suck. Country fried steak. Are you kidding me? I'll get it every time. Extra
Big
hash
Nug. Have you ate
browns.
good? That is not good food, buddy. Hey, you guys have a good day.
Thank you,
Screw
Tyler.
off, Tyler.
All right, so what are we ranking here in terms of breakfast places? Cracker Barrel, Waffle House, Denny's, IHOP.
Cracker Barrel. I haven't been to any of those other places that you mentioned.
You've never been to a Denny's? You grew up in
lately.
Liston. Stop it.
Not lately. I've been to a Denny's, but not lately.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not within 2 decades.
You've not been to a Denny's in like 20 years.
No, No.
Okay, because you're making it sound like right now like you're above going to a Denny's, like you're Thurston Howell, the millionaire here.
Oh yeah, because I go to Cracker because I pick Cracker
you're
Barrel
a Cracker
over
Barrel
Denny's.
snob. You are. You said it
That's right.
earlier.
You know
they
what?
could have Dylan
And
Mulvaney
you know
as their
what?
mascot, and you're going to still keep going there because you think it's what the elites do.
And you know what? I will only go to remodified and refurbished Cracker Barrels. How's that? And no more of this wagon wheel bullcrap China shop. You know, I want a modern day Cracker Barrel I want that hick off the sign too. Screw you.
Calm down and drink your Bud Light. It's going to be okay. Let's go to Grant. Grant, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show.
Hey, thanks, guys. Just an opinion here. I don't think it should be illegal to burn the American flag. I'm a U.S. Army vet. I defend our freedom of speech. But I also don't think it should be illegal for kicking the snot out of anyone that does try to burn.
I'll meet you on that one. I'm
meet you
willing to
halfway on
meet you
that.
on that one. We talked about this yesterday.
We did.
Trump signed this executive order. I don't think there's any way you can enforce this because what Trump is saying is if you're peacefully burning the American flag, that's fine.
And it doesn't incite some sort of riot.
Right. But if you burn the American flag and then somebody in your crowd starts a riot or throws a brick through a window, now you're on the hook and you go to jail for a year.
It's just like the same thing when somebody, people were doing spin outs on gay pride flags that were painted on the concrete, and then they would get arrested for a hate crime.
Right.
It's like, come on. That's an awful thing to do. Obviously, I would never do that. Would never burn a flag. I would never peel out on a concrete gay pride flag.
Yeah.
But the two punishments aren't equal at all.
Unless you're using the flag as a Molotov cocktail, that's not the problem.
Right.
It's the other lunatics that are out there, hurting people, destroying property. That's the problem. Ray is up next.
Hi,
Ray, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show.
Thank you, guys. I'm going to switch it over and talk about the Colts. After watching the game this last weekend, let's keep the starter. Let's keep Jason Bean, number 12, and get rid of Anthony Richardson. And I just found out that the Chiefs have released Carson Steele, so let's bring a fullback to town.
Oh, I hate Carson Steele getting cut, man. That's a Cinder Grove kid. Ball State for a little while.
Ball State.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Kenny Britt, KB Sports. Go Kenny!
There you go. He's one of the degenerates next door on the
on your
podcast. Yeah, absolutely. New one coming out Thursday.
Could you imagine if Anthony Richardson is the third stringer here in a week from Sunday? I mean, there's no way that's going to happen, right?
No.
There's no way that's going to happen, but you can just imagine for a minute.
Again, this is the worst quarterback room in the league. I was looking at like the rankings of the quarterback rooms around the NFL, and the Colts are at the bottom in terms of depth. Like when there are legitimate arguments from your fans going, maybe Riley Leonard should start. That tells you everything you need to know. Some teams have like Josh Allen, some teams have Patrick Mahomes, and we're over here going, Maybe Riley Leonard should start. Damn it.
Bad.
So bad. We're going to give Dale a look here. Dale, what's going on, brother?
Hey, man, I got a comment on burning the American flag. It's how you retire the flag. Did you know that?
Explain.
That's how you retire it?
You burn the flag by ashes. If I'm not correct, I think I'm correct. Somebody may know the answer, but you burn the flag. You actually burn the flag. You retire the flag that way.
I've never heard of that before, but I can ask Grok.
Okay, you get on Grok, and we, in the meantime, will give Jim the last word here. Jim, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show.
Yeah, very important question for you guys. Is Tony Katz worth $75 to listen to about the Hollywood to the Heartland?
Oh, I would have paid it. I would have liked to have gone to that event. You talking with the Nick Searcy event?
Yeah, is that in his house? 'Cause that in his house. I didn't think he left his home.
Well, when he does leave his home, he's doing important events. But no, it sounded like that thing went really well. I've heard nothing but positive reviews on it. So
back to whoever the guy was before he said you burn the flag.
Dale, yes.
Dale? Damn it, Dale. I asked Grok, is it appropriate to retire the American flag by burning it? Yes, burning is the preferred and most common method to retire a worn-out American flag according to the U.S. Flag Code, but it must be done in a dignified, ceremonial manner rather than just casually discarding and destroying it. So you know what he was talking about.
Can we define dignified? Like if I'm doing everything right, maybe if I folded it up and I'm doing a proper ceremony, but I'm not wearing pants, is that not dignified?
There's a loss of dignity in that. Yours as well as the flag itself.
Right. Even if I'm stone cold serious and I'm making a great speech and I'm doing everything right and it's from the heart.
Yeah.
But I just don't have pants on.
I mean, do you have boxers on?
No.
Yeah,
Big Jim and the Twins just out there.
That's undignified for sure.
Hey, good calls today on Caller Roulette.
We're good.
Good round. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down.
Don't let pneumococcal pneumonia break your stride. If you're 50 or older, you're at increased risk. So be proactive with Capvaxive pneumococcal 21-valent conjugate vaccine to help protect against invasive pneumococcal disease and pneumonia caused by certain types of pneumococcal bacteria. Capvaxive helps protect against the strains of bacteria that cause about 30% more IPD cases than any other pneumococcal conjugate vaccine in adults over 50, according to national-level CDC stats. Regional variations may exist. Don't get Capvaxive if you're allergic to the vaccine or its ingredients. Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system. Common side effects include injection site reactions, feeling tired, headache, muscle aches, and fever. Capvaxive does not protect against all strains. For more information, call 1-800-927-8888 or visit capvaxive.com. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Capvaxive. Need help paying for your Merck vaccine? Visit merckhelps.com. Sponsored by Merck.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is zero and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
In the construction business, you're only as good as your tools. That's why Quality Supply and Tool offers DeWalt products, like the 20-volt Max XR cordless 3-speed half-inch hammer drill. Buy one and get a 5-amp-hour battery free. That's a $100 value. Or buy two DeWalt 60-volt Max FlexVolt 12-amp-hour batteries and get one free. Only at Quality Supply and Tool and only while supplies last, or September 26th. With locations in West Lafayette, Bloomington, Jeffersonville, and Indianapolis, Quality Supply and Tool thinks outside the box. Store.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed. Plus free premium delivery with any smart bed and adjustable base. Ends Labor Day. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Discussing end-of-life matters can be uncomfortable, but it's also necessary to ensure that loved ones' wishes are well known ahead of time. This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. Up next, I'll share suggestions to help ease anxiety surrounding the talk.
Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us to find a community near you.
Direct, open, and honest conversation is the best way to discuss end-of-life wishes. Knowing your loved one's preferred treatments and desired arrangements will ready everyone for when the time comes. Also helpful, creating a will or trust to ensure assets are distributed accordingly. And consider an end-of-life doula to assist your family during the process. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access the library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
Buying a diamond has changed. There are mined and lab-grown diamonds. Pierce Jewelers carries both. Pierce can educate you and save your hard-earned money. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Join the Home and Garden Show live this Saturday from 9 till 1 at Anderson Speedway, where they'll preview Saturday night's Night of Thrills. Get thrilled to the max with figure 8 racing, Prairie Farms trailer races, and more.
All right, Matt Bear, what's going on, buddy?
Inbound 65 stop and go 21st to the north split, and continuing southbound 65 70. That's a construction slowdown from the north split down to the south split. Eastbound 70 slow to downtown from the west side. That's Harding Street to Meridian, Illinois, and then southbound 65 stop and go traffic before Raymond Street past South Keystone Avenue. On the northwest side, southbound 465 slowing down from West 71st down to 65. Eastbound 465 slow traffic from Keystone over to I-69. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry, offer ends September 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Coming up about an hour from right now, little less than that, 4:35, Rick Snyder will be calling in, president of the Fraternal Order of Police. Always love when he comes on. He brings the heat. That's coming up next hour. Right now, beautiful 72 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Excuse me, could I have this dance?
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
So, Hammer, this is a country music singer named Braxton Keith. He saw some fans throwing beer at his concert.
At a country concert? People drinking beer?
He and his band left the stage, stopped playing for the night because fans were throwing beer. Here he is.
Come on.
Scolding the audience.
Yo, I know that most of y'all are behaving yourselves tonight. But there's a bunch of people up here that are having a good time, and then there's a bunch of beer throwing. I don't come, listen, calm down. I don't come to any of y'all's jobs and do anything like that to y'all. So
awesome.
y'all can learn some concert etiquette. My name's Braxton Keith. Thank y'all for coming out to Ardmore, Oklahoma tonight.
I'd love if Braxton Keith came in here and started throwing beers around.
Do you know
That'd be amazing.
Jake Query, who does the midday show, noon to 3 on the sports talk station, went to go see Oasis in Wales. Their opening night of the tour of that, which was a huge deal. He said he stood in back, and everybody was wearing like what are those kinds of hats?
Umbrella hats.
Yeah, something like that. And people up front were tossing water up like everywhere. I mean, this is a massive place in Wales where this was going. And he found out that the reason why people were wearing these hats is because they weren't tossing up water. When you'd see a thing of water go up, it was pee.
Oh,
people didn't want to. They didn't want to lose their spot up close next to the stage, so they'd take their beer cup and relieve themselves in their beer cup and just throw it up,
chuck it up in the air.
And so that I would have a problem with. I think,
right,
if I'm performing on stage, people launching their cups full of urine.
But if it's just beer, like country music was rooted in that kind of thing. Like bands coming up through the ranks used to have chicken wire hanging up at these dive honky tonks, like the Blues Brothers performed in. Like when they were performing Stand By Your Man and the theme to Rawhide. That's where country music was rooted. Now we've got people upset. If you go to an Ole Miss college baseball game, they have a celebration where if the home team hits a home run, it's beer showers. Everybody just throws your beers up in the air.
Oh, yeah.
And a country music singer, stop throwing beers. Oh, stop it. Great moments and yelling at the audience history.
Yeah?
There was a fight that broke out at the Foo Fighters show, and here's Dave Grohl.
Get the out of my show right now. Get the out. Get the out of my show. You don't come to my show and fight. You come to my show and dance, you ass.
Great moments and yelling at the audience history.
I don't know. Even if I'm going to a Foo Fighters show, I'm dancing.
Not a real dancey type show.
I'm just gonna keep it, right here in the middle. Just kind of bob, do the white man overbite.
You looked like the gopher in Caddyshack right there. I saw like a little hip wiggle, and the fists were pumped. The head was kind of on a swiggle.
The actual gopher?
Yes. Like I was waiting for I'm All Right from Kenny Loggins to come on right there at the end. That was the Nigel dance right there. The very end of Caddyshack. Real quick, we got a feud going on here.
Oh, no.
Kelly Osbourne is upset at the WWE. Specifically, wrestler Becky Lynch.
Kelly Osbourne, daughter of Ozzy Osbourne.
Correct. So last night, WWE, the wrestling, was in Birmingham, UK, home of Ozzy Osbourne. And here's what wrestler Becky Lynch had to say.
Because I am not wrestling in Birmingham. Yeah, the only good thing that came out of here died a month ago.
Oh.
But in fairness to Ozzy Osbourne, he had the good sense to move to LA, a proper city. Because if I lived in Birmingham, I'd die too.
Lord.
So Kelly Osbourne put out a scathing thing on social media, basically telling WWE to piss off. You good with that?
I thought she was complimenting Ozzy. Right. Quite frankly.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
My mom just found the best place ever, Wilson's Farm Market. They've got the best ice cream, in tons of flavors like butter pecan, orange pineapple, but my favorite is the old-fashioned vanilla. And the candy, whoa, there's a whole wall of it. Gummies, chocolates, giant jawbreakers, even old school stuff my grandma loves. It's like a candy wonderland. And they let me pick out my own bag? Yes! Wilson's is just 20 minutes north of Carmel. Tell your crew it's time for a sweet road trip. Wilson Farm Market, you gotta go!
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Community Health Network cares for your heart health. From heart scans and vascular screenings to complex heart procedures, you can count on our expert team for the highest quality cardiovascular care, when and where you need it. Your path to a healthy heart starts with knowing your risk. Schedule a heart scan or vascular screening today. Visit ecommunity.com/heart. Community Health Network. Exceptional care. Simply delivered.
Attention, Indiana homeowners. Are you tired of avoiding your wet basement? Hi, I'm Mike Smith with Swanco Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts. Imagine all the possibilities of a guaranteed dry basement, a cozy new family room, a home gym, or even a new office. And with no interest, no payment financing, you don't have to break the bank to do it. Make the most of your basement today. Call Swanco 317-407-1868 or swancollc.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, you may remember an Indianapolis man who has been in trouble with the law, and you'll hear about a semi that hit cars in Fishers today. Those stories coming up next, right after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock.
A court fight is coming. Lisa Brady, Fox News. The Federal Reserve Governor, President Trump, says he's firing. Plans to challenge that in court. A Fed statement says Lisa Cook will ask for a decision confirming her ability to keep fulfilling her responsibilities as a Senate-confirmed member of the Fed Board of Governors. President Trump says he would abide by the courts, but also said during a cabinet meeting today he has good people for that position.
President Trump posted a letter on social media announcing Cook's firing, an unprecedented move at the independent agency. The president says he's removing Cook because of deceitful and potentially criminal conduct in a financial matter. The director of the Federal Housing Finance Agency accused Cook of mortgage fraud. He has referred the matter to the Justice Department, but Cook has not been charged as of yet with a crime.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. President Trump calling the governor of Illinois a slob who refuses to admit he has problems. This after the governor, Democrat J.B. Pritzker, told the president publicly not to come to Chicago in a possible expansion of the federal crime crackdown in D.C.
So the line is that I'm a dictator, but I stop crime. So a lot of people say, if that's the case, I'd rather have a dictator. But I'm not a dictator. I just know how to stop crime.
New York's Democratic Governor Kathy Hochul rejecting the president's push to end no-cash bail.
We don't have cashless bail in the state of New York. He thinks we do, but we don't. So he has no concept of how our laws work here.
Republicans argue that more lenient bail and prosecutors' decisions have helped fuel rising crime. In Wisconsin, a federal judge ruling the case can proceed against a county circuit judge accused of helping a man evade U.S. immigration agents at her courthouse. A late rally on Wall Street, the Dow up 135 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
You may remember a well-known conductor and composer. A fair sky, clouds forming, and 73 degrees on Monument Circle. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:02. He was arrested last week in Indy. Julian Wagner has been charged with possessing child sex abuse material and cocaine. Court documents say Wagner confessed to using cryptocurrency on the dark web for several years to purchase child pornography. The investigation started when a finance company called Robinhood flagged his suspicious transactions. Police say they recovered evidence from his laptop and also found a stash of cocaine. Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears said today that his office is committed to prosecuting the case. A crash, a traffic jam, and an investigation. That's what police say happened on I-69 in Fishers today. Ryan Hedrick has the details.
Around 8:30 a.m., somebody driving a semi-truck along I-69 drove into the back of two stopped cars.
And if we determine that it was because he was doing something wrong, there are consequences for that.
State Police Sergeant John Perrine.
To include criminal charges or traffic offense charges, but this investigation is not over. We'll continue looking into those things.
And the highway was closed down for a couple of hours. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Don't do crimes in Johnson County. Johnette Cruz reports on a man who is in trouble with the law.
Johnson County Prosecutor Lance Hamner has a message to those wanting to commit crimes.
But if you're coming down here to porch pirate our people or to steal off of break into their homes, deal drugs, turn around because there's going to be hell to pay.
Speaking to Wish TV, he reiterated the billboard on Interstate 65 that displays the same message, which has now been made loud and clear to Marion County resident Ivan Bautista. He was sentenced to 2 years in prison for breaking into a Greenwood gun store and stealing over $80,000 worth of firearms back in December of 2023. Hamner stated that he hopes Mr. Bautista tells his criminal friends to stay out of Johnson County. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And the Indiana Fever play the Seattle Storm this evening at 7. Traffic and weather in 1 minute. It's 4:04.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops. Really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER. BoerRemodeling.com.
With traffic at 4:05, Matt Bear.
Westbound 70 Hendricks County, it is stopped from State Road 267 down to State Road 39. I'm using US 40 instead. Inbound 65, a delay of 13 minutes, 29th to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70, stop and go after Harding into the South Split. And southbound 65, 70 construction, slow down North Split down to the South Split. Traffic sponsored by the International Hot Rod Association. The IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series is coming back to Columbus September 3rd through the 6th. Kids 12 and under free. Get your tickets now at IHRA.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now your American Standard Cooling Weather Center forecast. Expect mostly clear skies tonight with low temperatures in the lower 50s. Mostly sunny skies for tomorrow. Highs in the mid-70s. I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's
I'm Nigel. That's Jason Hammer over there. When I read things like the Democrats are doing some soul searching, it just kind of makes me giggle. What's the context here, Hammer, of the soul searching that the Democrats are doing at this very moment? As much success as Donald Trump and his administration is having.
So this is the political version of a focus group, right? So after having their underpants removed and backside slapped in the last national election, they're all getting together in Minnesota and having this big come to Jesus meeting where they're going over what went wrong and how to fix that as a party. Now already we're hearing that there's a list of words that we should stop saying, all the woke type of stuff, right? Now, good luck telling AOC and Ilhan Omar to stop talking in wokeisms.
Telling them to stop speaking woke.
Correct. It's not polling well. It's not testing well.
I guarantee one of the other bullet points is cuss a lot.
Oh, yeah. Because they have to, in some way, look masculine. Because that's a big problem with the Democrats right now. They tried to tell us Tim Walz was the new face of masculinity. They would introduce that dude, and he'd come out doing a chorus line kick, and everybody just kind of rolled their eyes.
I don't understand what Democrats, okay, we need to get together, we need to huddle up, we need to figure out what went wrong with that 2024 election. I'll tell you what went wrong. It was Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. There's your answer.
Right.
You got a guy that didn't, called lids at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and went to bed and woke up to eat his pudding at 6 o'clock and watch Matlock and went back to bed at 7 and didn't get up until 9 o'clock the next day. And Kamala Harris was installed.
And she wasn't polling as high as him.
Yeah, right.
The more she stayed up, the more people realized they don't like her.
Oh, man. That's
Why can't
what
you
went
go
wrong.
to bed?
You can stop pretending you're not woke all you want. And it's that exactly what I described has happened with the Democrats, and it was an abject disaster.
And let's be honest, the policies didn't help either. Open borders and soft on crime, that hasn't helped. But it doesn't feel like they've learned anything here. I'm going to play you a piece of audio here. This is from some chick that's leading the Vera Institute, this left-wing think tank, and she tends to think that migrant crime and carjackings are not things that matter to everyday Americans.
Oh.
Issues voters care about. Where does Trump go? Migrant crime, carjackings, the really lurid, awful stuff that is a crazy, crazy visual. Don't take the bait, because most Americans are more worried about how are we going to address mental health issues, the visible homelessness that we see on streets, and how do we deal with mental health and other issues that drive the sort of random incidents that scare all of us. That's what you should be talking about. That's where you should be focused. Don't take the bait in talking about migrant crime or carjackings or the things that actually don't matter to that many Americans.
Wow. I think multiple things that she just mentioned matter to Americans, including carjackings and illegal immigrant crime.
Correct.
What is she talking about?
But keep in mind,
carjackings don't matter to Americans.
This is the Vera Institute. And the reason I want to point that out, and the reason we played you that audio, this is the same organization that Ryan Mears, the Indy prosecutor, takes a crap ton of money from when he runs for re-election. So let that sink in. The prosecutor here in Marion County, the guy that's supposed to be tough on crime, gets his marching orders, his pay from the Vera Institute, where the messaging is nobody cares about carjackings, nobody cares about migrant crime. We should be worried about homelessness. Now, homelessness is a problem.
Mental illness as well.
But when I go to the ATM machine at 11 o'clock at night, I'm not looking out for the homeless guy that's walking around. I'm looking out for somebody that's going to carjack me or rob me. That's the bigger problem here. So let that sink in. This is where your Marion County prosecutor gets some of his money from. Miss Allison, I need some mood music, please. Gin and Juice, the signature song of Snoop Dogg? I would say yes.
Yeah, I'd have to see a list. But, there were some other songs off that album.
What's My Name?
Yeah.
Murder Was the Case.
You're better at it than I am. But I would say probably Gin and Juice, yeah.
Snoop has ticked off the LGBTQIA plus $ community.
There's a $ in there?
I don't know. I've lost track.
Let's go through the letters. There's LGBTQIA, the lesbian, gay, bi, trans. Q, I'm assuming that's queer.
Yes.
I, do we have indigenous?
Ignorant? I don't know.
Intersex.
Intersex?
Intersex?
Intersex.
Is that...
Do you have a pull up?
Asexual.
Asexual, and the plus is just there in case we're missing something.
$ Batman symbol. If I forgot everything.
Oh, T. Wait.
T is trans.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure you got that one. Okay.
No, I knew that one.
Well, Snoop has upset all of them.
Oh, no.
Because he was doing an interview, and he was talking about watching a Disney movie with his grandbaby, and there was a part in the Disney movie, I think it was a cartoon, where two women ultimately ended up having a baby together. Of course, because it's Disney, Snoop Dogg feels like he shouldn't be put in a position to have to explain to his grandchild what's going on here.
The lady, which is Kiki's mama, they move on into the space years, they move down the line, they're like, and she had a baby with a woman. Well, my grandson in the middle of the movie like, Papa Snoop, how she have a baby with a woman? She a woman. Oh, shit. I didn't come in for this. I just came to watch the goddamn movie. Hey, man, watch the movie. They just said she had a baby. They both women's. How did she have a baby? Shh. The movie ain't over with. So it's like, me, I'm scared to go to the movies now. Like, y'all throwing me in the middle of shit that I don't have an answer for.
So Snoop, just trying to watch a Disney movie with his grandbaby.
Yeah.
Now he's got to talk about how two women can get together and have a baby.
Yeah, that's not what he was expecting.
No, not
that's
at all.
That's not a conversation you want to have with your kids in any way, shape, or form.
In today's society, that video went viral, that interview went viral, and now the left is mad at Snoop.
Oh, for God's sake. Why?
There's this trans actor, T.S. Madison. And
career's going well. Never heard of you.
She went on TMZ, like the TV show TMZ that they do. Harry, I think, is the guy's name that hosts it. And she's calling Snoop Dogg homophobic for questioning why he should have to deal with this when watching a Disney movie with his grandchild.
Snoop Dogg has historically been an advocate against censoring, and his fame is based off expression. So my question is, Snoop, you have music videos with women dancing and kissing other women, dancing naked. So why is displaying lesbian behavior in your music videos appropriate, and you are afraid to answer the questions from your grandchildren?
So wait a minute. There's an answer to that, which is that the videos that he does for his music videos for adults, they're not like
I think he would say that
his
music videos aren't for kids.
I know that would be the setting and that would be the answer, but as a person who understands how kids work, kids see everything.
Okay.
Is that right?
But watching an R-rated Snoop Dogg video should not be the same content as a G-rated Buzz Lightyear cartoon.
No.
Those things are totally different.
Is that what it was? The Buzz Lightyear?
Yes. Yeah, Buzz Lightyear cartoon or movie. Yeah, the one
awful at the box office.
So here's a little bit more. Now, keep in mind, Harry or Harvey, whatever his name is, the guy that's doing the TMZ show, he is gay. And even he's not buying this crap.
Kids see everything. They see music videos. They hear lyrics. They hear these things.
But T.S., that's where parenting comes in, right? I mean, you're right. Kids, if you just let them, they can see everything.
And I'm glad you said that's where parenting comes in. Because as a parent, you should also explain to your children that other things exist in the world outside of what you have deemed normal in your own home.
While I'm watching
Let me ask you something, because I'm gay. And I get the points you're making, but at the same time, maybe at a certain age you do bring things up, but at ages that are earlier than that, kids that are younger, a parent can say, I'm not ready to talk to them about it.
Right.
I mean, that doesn't make them homophobic if they say, I don't want to talk to them about all this until a certain age.
It's rooted in a bit of homophobia.
Is it?
No,
is it
a little bit?
I mean, this is the same thing we talk about in the classroom.
Right.
My kids aren't ready to talk about that yet. I don't want to hear about that yet. I don't
And
want
it's
them
not
to hear.
your job to bring it up either. Like, it's not Disney's job to make parents having those conversations with their kids who are watching a Buzz Lightyear cartoon. It's ridiculous. But I will say, the host of TMZ wasn't just placating this idiot. Like, he basically called her out on every single thing that she said. All right, Matt Baer, what's going on?
Hendricks County westbound is 70 stop, State Road 267 to State Road 39. It's 27-minute delay, and that'll put a lot of people on US 40. Please be careful on your reroute. West side southbound 465, stop and go 38th Street past Crawfordsville Road. Inbound 65 slows 29th to the north split. Eastbound 70 delayed 4 minutes from Harding Street to the south split. Southbound 65 70 jammed because of construction. North split down to the south split. Crash on the south side, avoid State Road 135 at Southport Road. 3-car crash and a couple of people had to go to the hospital. Also a crash on the southeast side is English Avenue south of Southeastern at Leeds. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Foundation Services. Water damaging your home? Contact Indiana Foundation Service, the basement, concrete, foundation experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at indianafoundationservice.com. Licensed in all states where work is performed. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
All right, we need 154 people to go to the WIBC YouTube page and give us a like. Give us a thumbs up. Hell, if you support what Snoop just said, kids don't need to be exposed to that kind of stuff at that early of an age? Go to the WIBC YouTube page, give us a thumbs up. If you disagree, jump in the chat and leave a comment. That's fine too.
He wasn't saying anything controversial. I mean, he has had videos where he's depicted assassinating President Trump.
Right.
That's controversial.
Correct.
But making a comment on watching a Disney movie with his kids where there's two lesbian characters having babies and kissing, I would say you're free to ask as many questions as you want.
Right. So jump in that WIBC YouTube chat, give us a like, give us a thumbs up. If not for Snoop, do it for producer Allison. For every thumbs up we get, she loses an item of clothing. Is that correct? Is that what we're doing this afternoon, Allison? Is that?
No.
Okay. I may have read that wrong. But you can still give us a like and a thumbs up anyway.
Misprint on the
my notes clearly said that. I don't know what happened. We need 154 more at the WIBC YouTube channel. Is This Anything is next.
When it comes to retirement, it's not just what you've saved, it's what you keep that matters. Howard Bailey Financial invites you to join our free educational event featuring nationally recognized IRA expert and CPA Ed Slott, where he will focus on strategies to help reduce unnecessary taxes, avoid common mistakes, and plan smarter for the years ahead. This event is ideal for anyone in or nearing retirement who wants to make the most of what they've saved. Reserve your spot at the Forum in Fishers on Thursday, September 11th by calling or texting ED to 888-262-1104. Space is limited, so reserve your spot today by calling or texting ED to 888-262-1104. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
When it comes to your home, it's important to sell it to someone you can trust. Simple Quarters has helped over 3,000 families sell their homes in Indiana.
I'm excited to start the new chapter of my life. I'm going to be moving 2 states away to be with my husband. Ronnie came out to do my walkthrough. It was great. We had a chance to talk about the house. We had a chance to listen to what my goals were, and they helped me to meet them. Then I had the offer, I believe, within 2 hours of them coming through and doing the walkthrough. Simple Quarters never tried to change their offer at any point during the process. Once they gave me that offer, it stood. The offer was absolutely fair. They did explain to me how they came to that price, and it was a fair offer. The best part about this process is I didn't have to make any repairs to the house. Simple Quarters has taken it as is, which is a huge stress relief. It just couldn't have worked out better. It really couldn't have.
Call Simple Quarters 317-900-HOME. 317-900-HOME.
Well, summer's still hot, and so are the deals at Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now, get 0% for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Aviator and Nautilus, or 0.9% for 72 months on 2025 Grand Touring Corsair. Or how about a $50,000 Lincoln Corsair from just $499 per month? So come get one of those hot summer deals at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
MSRP $52.20, 36-month term, $2,500 due at signing, $499 a month, 10,500 miles per year. Good through 8/31/25.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to My Computer Career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZQL Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Pierce Jewelers and Carmel, designers of fine custom jewelry.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Yeah, we're brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed.
Yeah.
Presented by the Attorney General's office here in Indiana, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Fast, easy, free to search. If you've got any money floating around out there you may not know about, just type your name in at indianaunclaimed.gov.
Is this anything? In Cecil, Pennsylvania, there was a meeting on whether or not the city would be shutting down the local motocross track where they do dirt bike racing because of the noise and the complaints.
Whatever.
When the time came for public comments, this guy stepped up to the podium.
I really just came up here to say that you're either going to hear them where they're allowed to be, or you're going to hear them where they're not allowed to be.
You need to...
That's the guy.
Thank you for the entertainment. All right, is that it for public comment? Anyone else? If there's further disruption, we're going to have to ask you to leave.
So he was acting like he was driving his dirt bike in front of the council members at the aisles and the spectators.
He sounded great. That sounded like a dirt bike. Totally.
I got to hear it again. I got to hear that one. That's hilarious.
You need to...
Should we? All right. Should we go around the room?
I'm in. That's pretty good.
That's really good.
That's really good. You've set the bar really high
that's
here.
too high.
All right, let me try. Allison?
For those who can't see on the YouTube chat, Hammer was using his throat as the instrument there.
That was the motorbike shifting gears right there.
It was good, realistic.
That was okay.
Okay. Ring, 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 ring.
What is somebody getting a phone call at the?
Sound like everybody's grandma's phone that was ringing right there.
Right, Little House on the Prairie.
Great moments in dirt bike history. There's an episode of Family Guy where Peter Griffin is dating an early 1980s style dirt bike girlfriend.
Hey, where's Peter?
I don't know. I haven't heard from him since he left work.
Hope you made extra. I brought a guest.
What the hell? Who is this?
This is my dirt bike girlfriend.
Amber.
I'm a dirt bike guy now, so I need a dirt bike girlfriend. Yeah, she has small breasts, but she makes up for it by smoking.
Great moments in dirt bike history. Is this anything? A voicemail a woman got from her dermatologist is starting to go viral because the employee who left it chose an odd word and couldn't stop laughing at herself.
Okay.
She had to spell the name of a bacteria that starts with the letter P, and it just kind of goes off the rails.
Hey, Haley. This is Kat with Babcock Dermatology. The culture came back with a bacteria called Pantoia species, and that is spelled P as in pork. Sorry. A as in apple, N as in new. I'm so sorry. Okay. T as in tree, O as in orange, E as in earth, A as in apple. And so Amanda wanted to know if you have
I got it. At least it wasn't penis. Okay, you've got a boy. If you got a ugly bacterial infection, it's called palamonovirus. We spell that P as in penis, O as in oxygen. That's much. Pork was a pretty good word, though.
Yes.
I mean, that was a pretty good word to
Pork.
use.
Anytime you're trying to say P as in something, you could go with a number of things, but pork. I'll always laugh at the term pork. Allison, could you dig into our archives? I want to say Crystal played a joke on me once where she had CVS. I'm using air quotes here. send me a message, type in CVS voicemail Hammer. You should be able to find it in the Hammer and Nigel show folder, because that reminds me.
I haven't heard this.
Of what happened here. Did you have it, Allison? Okay. All right. She's got it right now.
So set this up.
So this is a prank that the coupon lady played on me once. It was a voicemail that came to my phone.
Hi, this is Callie calling from your CVS pharmacy. I'd just like to let you know that your wart removal cream, your plugs, and your Viagra are now in. And we also got those extra small condoms that you needed. So please go ahead and let me know when you'll be coming in so I can set those aside for you. Thank you and have a great day.
That sounded more legit than the dermatologist's voicemail.
So we'll play that again here in just a second. We're talking anal wart medicine. I'm not sure if I can say that or not, but here we are. The extra small condoms, here, just take a listen.
Hi, this is Callie calling from your CVS pharmacy. I'd just like to let you know that your wart removal cream, your plugs, and your Viagra are now in. And we also got those extra small condoms that you needed. So please go ahead and let me know when you'll be coming in so I can set those aside for you. Thank you and have a great day.
Now, you know that's fake because I haven't used condoms in years. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is zero and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
He asked the big question. What was the answer? Partly cloudy and 73 degrees in downtown Indy. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:30. American singer Taylor Swift said yes to football tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, Travis Kelce, and they are now engaged. Swift posted on social media today.
From Taylor's Instagram post, Kelce got down on one knee for the proposal, and we know there was no need for Taylor to say, "I'd marry you with paper rings," given that the engagement ring Travis popped on her finger is even more impressive than his 3 Super Bowl rings and likely a whole lot more expensive.
Fox's Jonathan Hunt reporting Kelce and Swift have been dating for almost 2 years. No wedding plans were announced at this time. A few weeks ago, members of the Indiana Republican Party were invited by the Trump administration to a meeting in Washington, D.C. scheduled for today. Sherry Ellis serves as chief of staff for Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith.
Basically, the agenda is just to hear from some, White House officials and cabinet secretaries to learn about how we can partner with the administration on implementing President Trump's agenda throughout the state and local levels.
Ellis says that discussions about redistricting are not part of today's agenda. Gas prices have shot up all across Indiana. John Herrick explains why.
Bad weather at the oil refinery in Whiting caused an outage there. And whenever something like that happens, gas prices go up. But Gas Buddy's Patrick DeHaan says that refinery is slowly coming back online.
Probably will be back fully online here in just the next couple of days, if it isn't already. And that is going to lead to prices that will start declining here in the days ahead.
Some places in the state saw prices go up to $3.49 a gallon or higher, so DeHaan says it's best to wait until at least Thursday to fill up if you can. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And the pumpkin spice latte is back on Starbucks and Dunkin's menus. It's time for your WIBC Closing Bell Report. At the closing bell, the Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 135 points to 45,418. The S&P 500 rose by 26 points to 6465, and the NASDAQ went up by 94 points to 21,544. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:32.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
you. Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text SAVVY to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text SAVVY to 42424. That's SAVVY to 42424.
With traffic now, what's going on, Matt Bear?
Hendricks County westbound 70 jams before State Road 267 all the way over to State Road 39, and that presents a delay time of 32 minutes. I'm using US 40 instead. Downtown, southbound 65, 70 construction delay of 13 minutes from the north split to the south split. Eastbound 70 delayed 4 minutes Harding to Meridian, Illinois. Inbound 65 delayed 4 minutes, 29th to Meridian Bend. On the northwest side, northbound 465 stop and go traffic from 79th up to 865. Crash. South side, State Road 35 at Southport Road, 3 cars involved. Also a crash, English Avenue south of Southeastern, and a crash, 38th Street east of Keystone Avenue at Hillside Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry. Offer ends September 1st to visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We're tracking another night of near record low temperatures for us as lows fall into the upper 40s to low 50s. Indy's record low is 48 from 1968, and it could also be our first 40-degree night in the month of August since 2014. Wednesday's a touch warmer with highs in the mid-70s and some cloud cover. How much TV Storm Track ABD meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Pat Sullivan here with an offer from my friends at Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling that you don't want to miss. For a limited time, Hope Plumbing will buy back your old air conditioning unit for up to $1,500 with the purchase of a complete heating and cooling system. It's time to call them if you're hot. Don't wait for the next heat wave to be caught sweating at home. Act now before the offer ends. Stay cool and call Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today at 641-HOPE. That's 641-HOPE.
Hilltop Hideaway, a premier log cabin up on a hill on 5 wooded acres in Brown County, has availability for fall. Enjoy the autumn weather and fall color and feel a million miles from home. 3 bedrooms, wraparound deck, hot tub, fire pit, and walking trails. Hilltop Hideaway has high-speed internet and is just miles from Nashville, Brown County State Park, and the Brown County Music Center. Fall dates still available and August discounts available. HilltopHideawayLogCabin.com. HilltopHideawayLogCabin.com.
We play fair in Indiana, but Washington insiders want to cheat. They want taxpayers to spend millions to redraw legislative maps approved just 4 years ago. That's not democracy. It's a power grab, and they're hoping you won't notice. Thankfully, some of our leaders are saying no to D.C. politics. Tell politicians Hoosiers don't cheat. Protect our votes and get back to focusing on our real problems. Join the team at playfairindiana.com. Paid for by Indiana Conservation Voters.
Road trip!
This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings, because you're driving to Paris.
Texas!
Then it's off to Rome.
Georgia!
And you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin.
Ohio!
Right now, save up to $404 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
The Hammer and Nigel Show.
And my name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special guest on the hotline.
He is the president of the Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 86, here in Indy. One of the national chaplains for the Fraternal Order of Police, our friend Rick Snyder, joins us.
The national champion.
That's right. It's like Ohio State. You got to make sure you get the in there to refer to him in the proper manner. Rick, how are you?
I'm doing well.
So let's start with this Chicago versus Indy comparison. We've been talking about this for a couple of days. Chicago's getting a lot of headlines right now. The Trump administration is fighting with the mayor and the governor of Illinois. trying to figure out a way to clean up Chicago. But when you really think about it, Rick, is Indy really that far away from being Chicago, or is it worse?
Well, we're just big on focusing on outcomes, right? And so when we look at statistical analysis, especially focused on overall homicides, we know that there is a differential between the populations of our communities. But when we adjust for that, the latest numbers as of today is that Indianapolis is still 17.3% higher in homicides per capita than Chicago is right now. Wow. So people can make out of that what they want. I think most people would look at that and say that's not good. But the outcomes are the outcomes. And what we've been saying is, even if somebody's touting that crime and violence is going down, we're not going down faster than even what Chicago is at. So it begs the question, what do we need to do and what do we need to look at? And I think, guys, it really bleeds into this whole discussion that's occurring across the nation with the president, where he's talking about sending in additional resources into major cities like Chicago, right? And people are saying, well, should he do that in Indianapolis or these other communities? It's the same thing that applies. Washington, D.C. is a very unique situation for him. It's the only place in the country where it's a federal district. It's not a state community. So they actually he has not just the National Guard in there, but he has a federal prosecutor who has prosecutorial oversight for the local crimes that are occurring in that community. So even if he sends National Guard to Chicago, Indianapolis, somewhere else, he's going to run into the exact same thing we've been talking about, which is the prosecutors and the courts are where your problem lie. So, guys, very simply, we have said, if you want to help us out, where he can provide additional resources is tackling the cashless bail bond system and what he can do on that. And then the second component is get us more federal prosecutors in these local communities where we can bypass the local prosecutor and file different charges at the federal level. That's what will help.
Rick, has that been happening more often here in the state of Indiana, specifically Marion County, where the prosecutor basically wants to be a public defender? Has that been happening more and more often?
Well, absolutely. And, you know, in Marion County specifically, you're seeing all the echoes of what's grabbing the national headlines from these other communities. I just saw where there's a video clip going around of a lady that's really talking complete nonsense, but she's alluding to the fact that people it's really not important that they're worried about crime and things like carjackings, for instance.
Oh, yeah, we played the audio.
Really
Yeah.
So she is from the Vera Institute. Now, here's what's interesting, guys. Sometime back, I told you about this. That is the same organization that is funneling money to your Marion County prosecutor, Ryan Mears. He is documented to have received money from that organization, which I think is a pretty radical, soft on crime, revolving door advocacy group. He is taking money from them into the Marion County prosecutor's office, focusing on things that they call equitable justice. And when you dig into that, that explicitly says that the prosecutor will agree to make prosecutorial decisions based on things like race and socioeconomic status. That means that he will make decisions on whether or not to prosecute criminal offenders based on race and the money they have. That's insane. That is wrong, and it denies equal protection under the law, and something has to be said and done about that.
Can you tell me what the executive order is exactly that Donald Trump signed dealing with cashless bail? Is that only in Washington, D.C., or and maybe some people don't even know what cashless bail means and what that allows?
Yeah, so there's really two prongs to the president's executive order as I've reviewed it, and I can very well be wrong. But in my initial assessment, it reads like in Washington, D.C., where they have the federal oversight authority on the local crime and bail bond structure, he has directed them to not do cashless bail bond options. Now, there will be some court discussions on that and whatnot. But then across the country, what he has said, which acknowledges what I'm pointing out, he doesn't have the authority at the local level, but he can say to major cities like Indianapolis, if you go the route of having cashless bail bond systems, you will not receive any federal dollars to your community. That gets their attention. And so what he's acknowledging with cashless bail bond systems is there is the premise that a cash bail bond system disproportionately affects communities of color and the poor. Sound familiar? Equitable justice? But here's what I say, and I've always said this. I'll stipulate to that with you, but you have to agree on one other thing. The thing that also disproportionately affects communities of color and the poor is violence, disproportionately. Nearly 3 out of every 4 homicides in the city of Indianapolis affects our fellow black neighbors. And nobody's talking about that, but we are. Reverend Charles Harrison is. And what we're saying is the very people you say you're trying to help as criminal offenders, we're saying we're trying to interrupt them from taking the life of somebody else or losing their own life in the next incident of violence.
Speaking with Rick Snyder, President, Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 86 here in Indy. Rick, there's a lot of things wrong with the justice system here in Central Indy. The new Justice Center, which was way more expensive, which has less rooms. You've got a soft on crime prosecutor. I have strong feelings about the mayor. The judges seem like they've been soft on crime. There's a lot of issues here. But man, the sweetheart plea deals, it feels like this is a combination of a couple different things. It stems from the prosecutor's office and it goes down to these lower level judges. Just this past week, we talked about a story on this show of a guy that got a sweetheart plea deal in Indy a couple years ago for violently attacking a police officer, gets a slap on the wrist, serves a little bit, he's out the next day, and now he's attacked an officer again, Rick. This feels like it's the biggest broken system maybe in the country, what's happening here in Marion County.
Well, if it's not the worst, it's definitely up there with them. And don't forget, we just recently got that in 2024, the crime statistics for Indianapolis showed that we're in the top 10 most violent city as it relates to crime and violence. Wow. And so it tells you that we're starting from this place, and at some point in time, somebody has to ask. We didn't have these issues to this level, record levels, until calendar year 2020. And then we've had them every year since then. What changed? What changed was the implementation of revolving door practices by the local Marion County court system in conjunction with a sweetheart plea deal prosecutor who has out and out admitted that he's soft on crime because he's taking money from organizations that demand it. And then he touts it on the news. Now, on this case, this guy, he didn't just attack an officer, guys. Forgive me to your listeners. He's quoted to have pulled and twisted and squeezed an officer's testicles in the attack. Now, I always like to say to the public, how was your day at the office? Imagine it for this officer, right? But that's what they're up against. He gets arrested for that. He bonds out on that charge because he gets a low bond. He's rearrested 3 months later on another attack. And when he's finally convicted of the initial testicular attack, he's sentenced to 2 years but gets time served, walks out the door the same day, laughing all the way.
That's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, and then we have the tragic situation where the little child pulled the gun out of her mom's purse and accidentally killed herself. And the prosecutor comes on TV and says, well, we need to really do something about these gun laws. I think it's pretty disingenuous to have a prosecutor come out and say that, especially when you talk about sweetheart plea deals and letting violent offenders involving guns have low bail, cash, no bail, and the judges let them out in the revolving door of the criminal justice system, and it all involves guns. But when it comes to an accident, a tragedy where a little girl gets a hold of a parent's gun, and I'm not saying the parent shouldn't be held accountable either, but it's a little disingenuous to like all of a sudden start talking tough on guns when a lot of your policies and a lot of your sweetheart plea deals involve violent offenders and guns getting back out onto the street.
Well, it's another example that then Billy Badass suddenly shows up, which we call more talk, mirrors. And when it deals with the truly violent offenders with intent to commit violence, he's soft on them The question becomes why? That's got to be the question. You can't get around the outcomes. Why are you taking that approach? And I think what you're going to find is it goes back to all these political agendas of breaking the system to remake the system. And in the interim, people are dying. True victims are dying as a result of the violence that they're not interrupting intentionally. That's a problem. And that's why when the governor says maybe we need to take this over, he's going to run into the same problem. You got to get around this prosecutor. He has the option to do that with the legislature and get us a special prosecutor district in our capital city until we can get a handle on what is going on in that local office.
Rick, we got about a minute left here. What's your response? Because I've heard Ryan Mears, the prosecutor, say this. Well, conservatives and the FOP, they want us to just lock up everybody for the rest of their lives. What's your response when you hear that?
No, we want you to lock up repeat violent criminal offenders. We're not talking about low-level first-time offenders, but we need you to be a partner with the police. Remember, he has publicly and explicitly said, I, as the prosecutor, am not a partner with the police. Well, that sounds good to your radical activists, but it's completely disjoined from reality of what you need to have with law and order in a community. They actually made a show called that talked about the police and the prosecutors working together. That's the way that's supposed to work. He refuses to do that. So he actually goes in and cuts our officers off at the knees, intentionally downgrades the charges that they arrest people for, then backfills that with a sweetheart plea deal that gets them little to no jail time. At the same time, he eliminated our neighborhood prosecutors, which tackle quality of life issues, illegal dumping, panhandling, criminal trespass, and things like homeless issues like we're seeing in Fountain Square. He is the contributor, and I'm going to say this one more time. All roads lead back to Ryan Mears.
Rick Snyder, FOP President, Lodge 86. Rick, as always, we love it when you join us on this program. Take care of yourself. Tell your officers be safe, and we'll talk again soon.
Thank you. God bless.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield has the deals you've been looking for your next car, truck, SUV, or electric vehicle. And right now, during their Red, White, and New sales event, you will get independence from car payments with no payments for 3 months and enjoy your freedom in the new Ford F-150 Super Crew or Mustang with 0% APR financing for 48 months. At Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield, they're pros at servicing your commercial vehicles. From medium to heavy-duty F-Series trucks, talk to Andy Moore Ford. The biggest selection of Super Duties in the entire state. Over 175 Super Duty trucks are on the ground and ready for you and your business, and you can save thousands because Andy always gives you more. And with an expert team and a fast turnaround, they know how to keep your business moving. Talk to Andy Moore Ford today. 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield or online at Andy Moore Ford, M-O-H-R. AndyMooreFord.com.
Well, I'm still sore for my last trip to Exercise Inc. on Saturday. I usually go on Thursdays, sometimes on Saturdays. And look, if you thought you were too busy to exercise and be healthy, I felt that way. My wife felt that way when we discovered Exercise Inc. I've been with the program now for years. You show up once a week for your private 20-minute workout. There's no more than 3 other trainers with their clients in there at a time, and it's once a week for 20 minutes. You get the movement You get the physical exercise. You get the blood pumping through the muscles that your body needs and your body craves. Feel better. You lose weight. You adopt the 9 simple habits you need to follow outside the gym. Your coach will help you with a diet plan and eating habits and routines as well. I'm telling you, there's nothing like it. Get the exercise, get the movement your body needs in just 20 minutes once a week at Exercise Inc. ExerciseInc.com. That's ExerciseInc.com, and tell them Nigel sent you.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is $0 and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year, or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's family-owned jewelry store, is dedicated to quality and fine craftsmanship. Let them help you celebrate that special moment in your life. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun. Brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Offer ends September 1st. IndyDecorativeConcrete.com.
Forget digging through clutter to find what matters. The WIBC Daily Newsletter puts the biggest local stories and exclusive show moments in your inbox and lets you skip the scroll. Sign up by clicking Connect at WIBC.com.
Matt Bear, talk now.
Yeah, we have a crash coming into downtown for the west side. It's eastbound 70 after Holt Road. 2 left lanes are blocked. Stop back to Tibbs Avenue. Crash southbound 65 at the north split. That's the right lane closed. Stop traffic back to 29th. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry, offer ends September 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Went a little long with Rick Snyder, president of the Fraternal Order of Police, but man, when he's rolling, you let the big dog eat, right? 72 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. When we come back, I can't believe I'm in a position to be Team Morning Joe Scarborough against somebody. I'll explain next.
When you own a business, it feels like everything's on you. Orders, deliveries, employees, on you. That's why Comcast Business is giving you a year of mobile on us with your internet service. Really? Yep. We'll cover your first line of mobile for 1 year. So calling customers, getting directions, texting Janine and shipping, on us. The broken coffee maker? That one's still on you, which means you'll save hundreds for your business and get the fastest mobile service with 5G cellular and Wi-Fi hotspots on us. But hurry, this deal won't last long. Get a mobile plan and free up the budget to maybe, I don't know, fix that coffee maker? Get mobile on us for 1 year, you guessed it, on us. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 10/9/25. Restrictions apply. New mobile customers only with internet standard service or above. Limited to value of 1 unlimited intro line apply via 12 monthly internet bill credits. 1 discount per account. Fastest mobile based on mobile Wi-Fi and cellular data in service areas. Ookla Speed Test Intelligence 2H24.
Well, summer's still hot, and so are the deals at Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now, get 0% for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Aviator and Nautilus, or 0.9% for 72 months on 2025 Grand Touring Corsair. Or how about a $50,000 Lincoln Corsair from just $499 per month? So come get one of those hot summer deals at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
MSRP $52.20, 36-month term, $2,500 due at signing, $499 a month, 10,500 miles per year. Good through 8/31/25.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Hammer and Nigel here, inviting you to join us as we kick off the weekend every Friday around 5:45 with Beer Sample Friday, brought to you by our friends at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
At Advent, nasal congestion and sinus infections can be solved with an in-office 20-minute procedure. Elsewhere, expect surgery.
Technology Recyclers is the safe and ethical choice for your computer and electronics recycling. R2 certified, 100% landfill free, guaranteed destruction of data, and absolutely free pickups. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
Community Health Network cares for your heart health. From heart scans and vascular screenings to complex heart procedures, you can count on our expert team for the highest quality cardiovascular care, when and where you need it. Your path to a healthy heart starts with knowing your risk. Schedule a heart scan or vascular screening today. Visit ecommunity.com/heart. Community Health Network. Exceptional care. Simply delivered.
Need better sleep? Upgrade to a premium bed now and get the rest you deserve at Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. They make sleep easy.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, a refinery outage, but relief is on its way. You'll hear why. You'll also hear about a crash, a traffic jam, and an investigation in Fishers from today. Those stories coming up next, right after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
A midterm prediction. Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Trump thinks Republicans will do very well in next year's midterms. Also saying during a cabinet meeting today, the GOP picked up millions of voters while the Democrats have lost millions.
I like to say the Republican Party is the party with common sense. We're smart, we're sharp, we're this to that. They're smart, but they're radical left people. And they can't help it.
This as the Democratic National Committee holds its summer meeting in Minneapolis.
One DNC official lectured Republicans about the virtues of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Another DNC member took aim at the migrant detention facility in Florida using language from the Holocaust. There's also more obsession with someone who isn't there, President Trump.
Fox's Mike Emanuel, DNC Chair Ken Martin urging Democrats to focus more on winning elections and less on winning arguments. The president and some high-profile Democrat leaders in cities and states continue, meantime, to trade public criticism over a federal crime crackdown in D.C. that he has suggested will be expanded to other cities. Federal health officials confirming that there is ongoing surveillance, precautionary and proactive, over the first travel-associated case of New World screwworm in the U.S. It's travel-related, but the person is in Maryland, remains under investigation by health officials there. Even President Trump is weighing in on the Taylor Swift-Travis Kelce engagement.
Well, I wish him a lot of luck.
The president has criticized Swift in the past.
I think he's a great player. I think he's a great guy, and I think that she's a terrific person, so I wish them a lot of luck.
The pop star and the three-time Super Bowl champ confirming in a social media post they are getting married after 2 years as a couple. No word on setting a date. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
If you saw gas prices go up near you across Indiana, you might be alarmed. You've got a fair sky and 73 degrees. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 5:02. John Herrick reports on why this gas price situation is happening.
The oil refinery in Whiting dealt with severe weather several days ago, which caused an outage, and that interruption made prices at the pump soar by anywhere from 50 to 60 cents a gallon. But Patrick DeHaan with Gas Buddy says the outage has been fixed and relief is coming.
I think prices could fall 5 to 10 cents a gallon here early this week between now and almost a week from now.
Which is why he says you should be in no hurry to fill up your tank. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
At least 2 people were injured today when a truck slammed into the back of a car stopped in traffic on I-69.
There's several aspects to this investigation that our crash reconstruction team will cover, to include what was going on in the cab of that truck moments before the crash, the speed of that truck, the weight of the truck. We'll also check the brakes to make sure that the brakes were sufficient.
State Police Sergeant John Perrine said the highway was shut for more than an hour while they continue looking into the crash. If you're in Marion County and come to commit crimes in Johnson County, the message is clear.
We have a prosecutor and a sheriff who are really trying to protect us from criminals. That's really the only reason why we have a criminal justice system, is to stop the people who are unwilling to work for a living, who want to prey on other people and try to take what they've earned, try to keep them from being able to do that. And that's what the public wants us for.
Johnson County Prosecutor Lance Hamner, Ivan Bautista, who is a Marion County resident, was sentenced to 2 years in prison following a robbery that took place back in 2023. Butler University is teaming up with Pacers Bike Share to make getting around Indianapolis easier. The university put a 6-figure investment toward adding 3 new bike share stations and 30 electric bikes right on campus. Thanks to the partnership, all Butler students and staff now get a free pass for unlimited rides, giving them a simple way to connect with the city. You've got traffic and weather coming up in 1 minute. It's 5:04.
Life insurance is one of those things that just about everybody needs, but few people actually have. Hey, if you die unexpectedly without life insurance, guess what? You'll leave your family with even a bigger mess. Life insurance will help replace your family's income. It'll help cover burial expenses. Life insurance can even help pay off debt like credit cards and medical bills. Life insurance can even pay for college. And if you own a business and you die, life insurance can help your business from collapsing. It can even help cover estate taxes. Life insurance has never been more affordable and needed. Plus, you can always shop around even if you have a plan and save some money. So call the Life Insurance Quote Line right now for free pricing information.
800-917-8730. 800-917-8730. 800-917-8730. That's 800-917-8730.
You've got WIBC traffic at 5:05 with Matt Baer.
West side coming into downtown. Crash eastbound 70 after Belmont, and 2 left lanes are closed. Traffic is stopped past Holt Road. It's a 21-minute delay. Here's a crash in the north split. Yes, southbound 65 at the north split. It blocks the right lane, stopping traffic back to 29th Street for a 15-minute delay. Southbound 65-70 stopped because of construction, delayed 18 minutes. North split down to the south split. Northwest side, southbound 465 stop and go 71st Street down to 38th. Northbound 465 slows 79th Street up to 865. Crash 38th Street east of Keystone. That's at Hillside Avenue. Also a crash English Avenue south of Southeastern at Leeds. Crash on the south side. Stay clear of this at State Road 135 at Southport Road. 3 cars involved. And a crash in Canby. That's State Road 67 south of Heartland Boulevard. Traffic sponsored by Thrivent. At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than money. It's a way to support the people, causes, and community you love. The most important thing isn't what you're planning for, it's who. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect at Thrivent.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Here's the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Another night of near-record low temperatures is ahead for us with lows in the low 50s. Indy's record low for tonight is 48 from 1968. Wednesday, a touch warmer with more cloud cover as highs get into the mid-70s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on The Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
Kimmer, didn't we play some audio of the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, earlier saying that it was racist to lock up violent criminals?
Correct. Law and order is racist.
Law and order. Okay.
That's the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson.
Why? So what's he saying now that has the ire of Joe Scarborough, of all people, on MSNBC? Now, it's not MSNBC anymore, is it?
MS Now, is that what it is? Or... I don't know.
It's not that yet, but it will be, or something like that.
Correct. They're distancing themselves from NBC, but the lineup remains the same. And look, I don't like this any more than you guys do, but I've been put into a position. Like, I feel like when Randy Macho Man Savage did the iconic cream to the crop promo, he opens it up by saying, justifiably, I'm in a position I'd prefer not be in. I'm in a position I'd prefer not to be in, too.
I can't look at you when you do that.
The cream rises to the top.
Is that what he's pulling out, the creamers?
Right out of a sleeve somehow. I've been put into a position to support and cheer on Joe Scarborough of MSNBC. The same dude who told us that Joe Biden was, quote, cogent.
Cogent.
Right before he went on the debate with Donald Trump and crapped his pants. That guy.
Yep.
I've become Team Joe Scarborough in this conversation. Now I'm going to play you some audio. Morning Joe Scarborough is having a conversation with Chicago's mayor, Brandon Johnson. And he's trying to get him to answer a simple question. And to his credit, the Chicago mayor keeps trying to dodge it. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball, you can dodge a question. But Joe won't let him off the hook.
Do you believe that the streets of Chicago would be safer if there were more uniformed police officers on the streets of Chicago?
I believe the city of Chicago and cities across America would be safer if we actually had, affordable housing. Look,
okay,
I'm not saying that
that's not the question I asked. My question is, and I just need a yes or a no, do you believe the streets of Chicago would be safer if you got all of those other extraordinary programs put back into place, which do have a history of being successful, if that's complemented by having 5,000 more cops on the streets of Chicago?
I don't believe that we should narrow it down to just police officers, Joe, is what I'm saying. That is an antiquated approach.
So Joe Scarborough at this point has asked 3 different times. I edited off the first part because the clip was too long.
I know.
3 different times, yes or no. Adding more police officers, good or bad?
And his response was, no, we need more housing. How many times have we talked about on this show that the mental illness problem is not going to be solved? The homeless problem is not going to be solved by giving them houses and apartments.
Right.
It goes deeper than that. It's the mental illness aspect. If you were desiring to sleep in a tent or sleep outside on a sidewalk on a summer night in the inner city, you have mental problems. Putting a person in an apartment or a housing complex is not going to solve that problem.
And because people like Brandon Johnson hate Donald Trump so much, it's almost like Donald Trump and his administration, they've goaded these lunatics into saying we're against cracking down on crime.
Yeah.
Because they hate him so much, they're against everything he wants to do. Now he's got them on the record saying we're against cracking down on crime. And this is Joe Scarborough he's talking to. This isn't some sort of Breitbart host or a Fox News host. It's Morning Joe, who probably would vote for this dude if he lived in Chicago. Here's a little more.
I'm saying we've invested in detectives.
Mr. Mayor, are you hearing what I'm saying? I'm agreeing with you that all of these other social programs are extraordinarily important. I just need a yes or a no, and then this will be the last time I ask. If you get all of those other social programs that 800 million that New York City does, Los Angeles, other people do with great success, would an additional 5,000 cops on the streets in Chicago help complement those programs to make Chicago safer?
Look, we are working hard to make sure that our police department is fully supported. I don't believe that just simply putting out an arbitrary number around police officers is the answer.
To quote the dude in Star Wars, it's a trap. You fell into the trap of being anti-public safety because you hate Donald Trump so much.
Well, yeah, defund the police, all that crap. He doesn't want more cops on the streets.
Brandon Johnson doesn't know.
No.
Why? Because Donald Trump thinks it's a good idea. And he's willing to bring in the feds to do it. But because you've got such TDS, you and Governor Fat Pig, you're now on the record of being against law and order. I mean, they fell for it hook, line, and sinker, man. Speaking of Trump, earlier today, had a big cabinet meeting, had all of his buddies around the table. There was RFK. There was Kristi Noem. Pete Hegseth was there. But the old man, he was holding court. He was doing his thing.
Sure.
He talked about the Ukraine-Russia war, and listen, we're trying to end this thing, but at the end of the day, at least we're not funding it anymore.
And as you know, we are selling a tremendous amount of equipment to NATO. We're not spending any money. We're making money, but I don't want to talk about making. I want to talk about we're no longer involved with funding Ukraine, but we are involved with trying to stop the war or the killing in Ukraine. So we're selling missiles and military equipment, millions and millions, and ultimately billions of dollars to the NATO people, where I'm very friendly and we have a great relationship, but that was an amazing trip. So they're funding the entire war. We're not funding anything. I think it's an important point to make because a lot of people don't understand that.
No, and because we've been funding it for the past multiples of years since it started.
Paying the pensions of your soldiers. Like Joe Biden just wrote a blank check to Zelensky.
With no oversight.
You have no idea where that money went. Here's a little bit more from the old man earlier today. A little update on the economy.
Well, the average American worker has already seen a $500 wage increase this year. Groceries are down. Energy is way down. Energy is way down. Eggs are way down. Thank you very much, Madam Secretary. You've done a great job. Appreciate it. When we came in, the eggs were through the roof. They were 4 times higher than they've ever been. And my first question from you people, what are you going to do with eggs? I said, what's the problem with eggs? That was caused by Biden or whoever was operating the auto pen actually caused it, I guess. Domestic auto production is going to be, it's going to be so thrilling in 2 years when you see the numbers, because they're building plants all over the country. They're all coming in because of tariffs. They don't want to build, they don't want to pay the tariffs.
So a little update on the economy, but it wouldn't be a statement from Trump. When he's got cameras out there and microphones, you know he's got to flame somebody. And this time it was the governor of Baltimore who invited him to go on a walking tour of the fine, totally safe city of Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore, Wes Moore was telling me I want to walk with the president. Well, I said, I want to walk with you too someday, but first you got to clean up your crime, because I'm not walking in Baltimore right now. Baltimore is a hellhole. And this guy, I don't even think he knows it. He's another candidate for president. Between him and Newsom, you got some real beauties, I'll tell you.
At least he didn't call it an asshole and then made a CNN anchor cry.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Was it a CNN
anchor? Yeah. Slam the desk and start tearing up on the air.
Baltimore an asshole.
All right, Miss Allison, give me the mood music.
Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married.
I love the WIBC newsroom. They do such good work. Everybody back there is a rock star. But.
Oh, there's a but?
I don't know if we need top-of-the-hour updates, like the very first story that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are engaged.
It's a pretty big trending story throughout the nation. Though.
True, but if somebody lit their crotch on fire like they did at Luger Plaza, I don't know if that should be top story worthy either. Like, just because something's trending.
Live to Luger Plaza.
I mean, it's a big deal.
Matt Baer covering the man that lit his crotch on fire.
But like, even the sports leagues, like the NFL put out a tweet, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are now engaged. So, Producer Allison, a game that we play on this show, is this anything?
I think so. Yeah. I'm excited for it. They both seem actually really happy. They did she was on his podcast a couple weeks ago, and I watched it, and they seemed like they really were good for each other. I don't know.
All right. Let me take you down a different direction here.
Oh, God.
Pass me that tinfoil hat, Nige. Throw me that tinfoil hat. Let me put this on.
I'm going to burn it.
What if this whole time Travis Kelce was just a bro? He was a dude, and his whole thing was, I'm going to make this woman fall in love with me. And then I'm going to break her heart for all of the dudes that she's done dirty in songs all of these years.
Oh,
what if Travis Kelce was working for us, dudes, the whole time, and the wedding day arrives, Taylor's wearing a white dress, she walks down the aisle, and Travis doesn't show up? And he's doing it for all of the dudes that have been done dirty in her songs. If that happens, Nige, put him on the Mount Rushmore of awesome guys. He's doing it for us.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think that's going to happen either. And if it does happen, then she'll just make 12 Grammy-winning albums from that.
And maybe, but we would have that moment. It would be like that scene in The Wedding Singer where Robbie Hart gets stood up at the aisle, and then the chick comes over later in his Van Halen t-shirt.
No, Travis is one of the good guys.
Travis needs to get a double-decker bus, because he would take a double-decker bus of all the people that she has done dirty in songs. John Mayer's on that bus. Taylor Lautner's on that bus.
That's her job, is to write songs.
That's okay. It's Travis Kelce's job to break her heart on her wedding day. Now we're even, heifer. Now we're even.
Oh, brother.
I hope Travis Kelce doesn't show up on the wedding day and breaks her heart. Matt Bear.
Eastbound 70 in from the west side crash after Belmont, and a couple of lanes are blocked here. 2 left lanes stopping traffic back to Holt Road for a delay of 20 minutes. Then we have a crash in the north split. It is on southbound 65, and right now it is blocking the right lane, stopping traffic back to 29th Street. That's a 20-minute delay. Southbound 65, 70 delayed 12 minutes. North split down to the south split, and westbound 70 slow into the north split from Sherman. Northwest side, southbound 465 stop and go 79 down to 56. East side southbound 465 grinding from 72 74 delayed 15 minutes. Crash State Road 135 at Southport Road, 3 cars involved. Crash Canby State Road 67 south of Heartland Boulevard, and a crash at 38th Street east of Keystone Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Honda of Fishers is now Great Lakes Honda of Fishers under new ownership. Visit them just off State Road 37 for special grand opening prices during their summer sales event. Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And even if the wedding happens, okay, let's say that I'm wrong and Travis is not a bro that's undercover, that's working on behalf of every dude that's been done dirty by this Pop-Tart. Let's say the wedding happens.
Pop-Tart.
And the reception takes place. The Kelce that I want to hang out with is Jason.
Oh, yeah.
Because at the wedding reception, I feel like we would just be pounding beers together, and somebody's going to be shirtless at the end of the night getting thrown out.
Both of you will be shirtless.
So let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You want Travis to leave her at the altar, and then you want to attend the reception.
I got something going either way. If she gets left at the altar, right. Thank you, Nige. See, he's been listening to the degenerates next door. Nige just hedged the bet. That's what I'm doing. Either she gets left at the altar and I laugh and I smoke a big stogie, or I get invited to this thing and I sit next to Jason and we get drunk and just outlandish and loud and get kicked out. I feel like either way, it's going to be a great day.
I feel like either way, you've lost it.
72 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Are you okay with this? Next.
No, I'm not.
Your future holds so much potential. The question is, are you planting the right seeds today to make it flourish? At Howard Bailey Financial, we strive to help you create a retirement plan that can adapt to your evolving needs, offering guidance to bring you clarity, confidence, and purpose along the way. Whether you're just beginning or refining your financial strategy, we're here to support you. Let's grow something lasting together. Text GROW to 888-262-1104 to start planning for your future full of possibility. That's GROW to 888-262-1104. Take the first step today. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Central Indiana knows tough, but your water shouldn't be. Indiana ranks among the hardest water in the country, and your home is paying the price. Connecticut's non-electric technology means no timer, settings, or headaches. Just water that works, even when the power doesn't. And the twin tank design means clean, soft water 24/7. Connecticut water softeners are the solution, made in the U.S. Visit ConnecticutIndy.com and mention Made in the U.S. for an additional $250 off your purchase of a softener. Connecticut, American-made, Midwest tough.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings, because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio!
Right now, save up to $404 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
You know exactly why you need to remodel that kitchen of yours. The space, it's outdated. You can't move around like you used to. It doesn't work like it needs to. You want to entertain and you want to improve your quality of life. This can happen, just not with the kitchen you have. You need to call Booher Remodeling, B-O-O-H-E-R, BooherRemodeling.com. They can take that old kitchen that's deteriorating and broken down and turn it into something that works for you and your family. Their 5-step design process from start to finish, the consultation, the preliminary design, the design development, getting all the documents together, and then getting it done. The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. Booher Remodeling will guide you through the entire process, starting with a free initial consultation, and they stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. Create that new kitchen. Design experts can use an existing layout or begin completely from scratch. Talk to Booher Remodeling today. B-O-O-H-E-R. BooherRemodeling.com. That's BooherRemodeling.com.
At Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's Diamond Engagement Ring Store.
Are you really okay with this? Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah!
Well, Hammer, a 73-year-old lawyer, is fighting to get 50 Hooters restaurants back in business.
All right.
His plans include some changes for the waitresses, however, like banning, as he says, quote, butt cheeks hanging out.
What?
Are you okay with this?
No, I take my clap back. I want to delete the clap that I gave earlier.
Yeah.
No, that's ridiculous. What are you doing? That's the dumbest thing. You might as well be the Cracker Barrel CEO. You might as well be Heidenscheid of Bud Light. That's the branding, right? It's what the audience wants. So imagine if I were to go into a kennel, right, or a pound, and find a beautiful little dog. It's a puppy. I pick it up, it licks my face, and I look at the staff member and go, okay, I'm going to rescue this one now, but I might cut off one of its legs. No, you don't do that. You don't say you're going to rescue Hooters, but say, but we want to cover up the butt cheeks. I'm a butt cheeks guy. I want to see the butt cheeks hanging out of the Hooters waitresses.
Well,
if that makes me a bad American, then so be it.
I actually have a comment from a local Hooters waitress on this whole plan.
Please.
You ready? Go ahead.
Hey, y'all. It's Cheyenne from Hooters, and I, along with the other girls, Christy, Misty, Crystal, and Onyx, are beginning to get confused. First, it was short shorts, booty out. Now it's no cheeks a-poppin'. They also require us to have, and I quote, glamorous hairstyling and the ability to maintain an attractive and fit image. So we're supposed to sling wings and be camera ready? Is Hooters gonna pay our salon and gym bills? Because the way we're figuring, we can make just as much serving slop at Cracker Barrel with our hair and a pony, and we wouldn't have a bunch of morons trying to take pictures of us. If you want to make it a family restaurant, do a name change. The name is still Hooters. You might as well call it Jugs and have a logo of beer pitchers. I own that if you do it.
I'm in.
You're in on Jugs?
I'm in on Jugs. It works on so many levels. You can get a jug of beer, and you can also see a waitress named Onyx that comes to you with large breasts. Get it? Jugs. It works on so many different levels.
Oh, man. We had that remote a couple of weeks ago, the Hubler. Was it Toyota? Where do we have in Greenwood, where we passed the empty?
It was a Hubler, I believe.
And boy, we passed that empty Hooters in the single tear down the face.
Like the tumbleweed was blowing by. I heard dust in the wind in the background. Broke my heart seeing the Greenwood Hooters not open for business anymore. But
terrible.
My answer officially, not okay. Don't tell me you're going to rescue Hooters, but then want all the chicks dressed like Protestants. Not happening. All right, we got some special guests coming up next. Our folks from the Murder Sheet podcast, Anya and Kevin, they've got a book out about the Delphi murder and then the trial. And they were the ones that had a lot of interesting information. We're going to have a great conversation with them coming up right after the news.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
You may have heard about the marriage, but what does one have to say about it? 73 degrees and a fair to partly cloudy sky. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 5:30. President Trump says he wishes Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce a lot of luck after they got engaged today. President Trump, who has been a vocal critic of Swift since she endorsed Kamala Harris, offered a different take on her relationship with Kelce. He praised Kelce as a great player and called Swift a terrific person. The American singer and Kansas City Chiefs player have been dating for nearly 2 years. No word on the wedding date at this time. At their summer meeting in Minneapolis, Democratic National Committee Chairman Ken Martin is telling members to focus on winning elections, not arguments.
DNC member Bill Owen lectured Republicans about the virtues of diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Republican friends and fellow citizens, I say, who profess to be active Christians, I remind them that DEI is the very foundation of the Christian church.
DNC member Millie Herrera took aim at the migrant detention facility in Florida using language from the Holocaust.
I think that it is insulting and disgusting and inhumane.
Fox's Mike Emanuel reporting. Some Indiana leaders are considering whether to redraw voting maps. That would require a special session. WIBC's Ryan Hedrick reports.
And today, some of those leaders will meet with members of President Trump's administration in Washington, D.C., but redistricting may not be part of those discussions.
I have no reason to think that at all. In the lieutenant governor's office, that's not even something within our purview. So that's definitely not listed on the agenda.
Sherry Ellis is the chief of staff for Lieutenant Governor Micah Beck, with a special session for redistricting would cost taxpayers about $150,000. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Apple just talked about its next big event, and it's happening at their campus on September the 9th. The company's calling it All Dropping, and analysts expect them to unveil a new lineup of iPhones and Apple Watches. You can stream the whole thing live on Apple's website. With traffic at 532, how's it looking out there, Matt Bear?
Crash west side, eastbound 70 before Harding Street. 2 left lanes are blocked and traffic is stopped past Holt Road for a 20-minute delay. Southbound 65 stop-and-go traffic before MLK down to the north split. That's because of a crash. It's moved out of the interstate over to the right shoulder. Inbound 70 slows rural into the north split. Then southbound 65-70 delayed 6 minutes from the north split down to the south split. East side, southbound 465 stop-and-go traffic traffic for an 8-minute delay, 7274. Northwest side, northbound 465 slows before 86th Street up to 865. Crash south side, State Road 135 at Southport Road, and a crash in Canby, State Road 67 south of Heartland Boulevard. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry, offer ends September 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We're tracking another night of near record low temperatures for us as lows fall into the upper 40s to low 50s. Indy's record low is 48 from 1968, and it could also be our first 40-degree night in the month of August since 2014. Wednesday's a touch warmer with highs in the mid-70s and some cloud cover. By Thursday, it will warm into the upper 70s. There's a low spotty rain chance mainly north of Indy with some cloud cover in place as well, but also with some sunshine in place too. I'm Wish TV Storm Track ABD meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a pair of special in-studio guests.
We've been talking to these folks for a long time, predominantly about the Delphi murders and then the subsequent trial. Anya and Kevin of the Murder Sheet podcast joining us in studio. You guys have put together a book, Shadow of the Bridge, the Delphi Murders, and the Dark Side of the American Heartland. This book is out. Kevin, we'll start with you. Tell us about the book and why you guys decided to put pen to paper here.
I think a lot of people have had questions about this case from the very beginning. Even from the immediate aftermath of this crime, there was a lot of secrecy around what exactly happened. And even the trial itself last year, there were no cameras in the courtroom. So if you weren't actually physically in the courtroom every day, as Anya and I were, you're not really getting the full picture of what happened. And so we thought it was important.
I thought that was real important. Let me jump in here because like the updates that Nigel and I were getting made it sound like there was some real reasonable doubt. But every time we speak to somebody who was in courtroom, whether it be you or a reporter or something, they said it was totally different.
Absolutely. It's sort of like falling into the rabbit hole, right? Like everything's topsy-turvy. And we found that too. Sometimes we'd look and people would have all these perceptions and we'd talk to them and we'd say, that's not true, that's not true, that's not true. And they'd be like, oh, I get it now. So it's unfortunate that there was so little transparency here.
Should they have had cameras in that courtroom?
My feeling, and I'm a journalist, so I'm like going to obviously side with the cameras. I understand maybe parameters would have been good, like a delayed release or maybe audio feed only, but they needed something to show people what was really happening.
What do you want people to walk away after they read your book? What do you want people to learn? What do you want people to know?
Absolutely. It's a great question. I want people to understand why the jury made its decision. They can disagree with it. They can agree with it. We would never tell people how to think, but I think it's important that they know here was the evidence and that's why they made that call and they understand it even if they don't agree with it. I also want them to know that I think Abby and Libby are heroes. I think these two teenage girls helped solve their own murder.
Kevin, what was the response that you guys got as journalists, as people covering this? As podcasters, as writers, what was the response you got from this trial? Because I know people were passionate one way or the other. They either thought this is not the right guy or this is the right guy. Did this create any problems for you? At any point, did you feel threatened? Did you get a lot of criticism or anything like that?
We got a lot of criticism and continue to get criticism from people who feel passionately that Richard Allen is an innocent man. They feel that that we are biased in favor of the prosecution. We've gotten threats. People have said they're going to come to our book signings and punch us or protest us.
Wow.
And at the end of the day, we're just presenting facts. And you can agree with those facts. It's possible to look at all the facts and say, I think Richard Allen was not guilty and have reasonable doubt. That's not where I came down. But as Anya said, I think it's important to have the facts so you understand why the jury did what they did.
Do you two disagree of the verdict of the jury?
It's a great question. I think at times during the reporting process, we disagree about how strong the case was against him.
Yes.
After sitting through trial, we both fundamentally came down strongly on the side that we would have voted to convict in a heartbeat. There was so much evidence against him. The evidence, none of it is sexy. None of it is that big bombshell piece like a DNA or a strand of hair or, a murder weapon.
Well, what's the number one piece then? I mean, it had to have been the confessions. In my book, anyway, from the outside looking in, the confessions, several confessions to people in his cell, along with family members as well, over the phone?
Yeah, so he's confessing to inmates on the outside of his cell. He's confessing to correctional officers. He's trying to confess to the warden. He's confessing to anyone who will listen, his psychologist. For me, one confession is so crucial. He identifies a white van traveling through the area at the time. There's no way anyone would know about that except the killer.
Kevin, you have a law background here. But you can see, though, it's a tough sell to people when they say, wait a minute, the big piece of evidence that linked him was a shell casing from a gun. The girls weren't shot, and they didn't find his DNA on the crime scene. That's a tough sell for a lot of people. Does that make sense?
It is a tough sell for a lot of people. We all like watching shows like CSI, and we're used to seeing absolute rock solid evidence in these cases of guilt. In terms of DNA, to be blunt, there was so much blood at that crime scene that it tended to wash away or obscure any DNA the killer may have left.
Wow. Go back to some controversial things that happened during these proceedings, including you guys, both of you, receiving crime scene photos. Did you receive those on your phone? Was it via email?
We got those on our phone at after midnight one night.
And grisly? I mean, the way that you just happen to open your phone, you don't know what this is, and all of a sudden you were looking at the murder scene.
Yes, that's exactly right. We got something.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it was horrible. It's burned in my mind, unfortunately.
And what were the repercussions of that?
The repercussions of the leak were it was traced to the defense team, who then the judge threw off the case. So it came out, and there's been all sorts of discussion about how culpable the defense team was or wasn't. But essentially, it came back to one of their people putting it out, for all the internet.
Accidental or intentional?
My view is that there's not necessarily enough evidence to say it's intentional, but I have a lot of strong questions for Andrew Baldwin.
Yeah.
Right. We're speaking with Anya and Kevin. They're with the Murder Sheet podcast. Their book is out today, Shadow of the Bridge, the Delphi Murders and the Dark Side of the American Heartland. When I'm looking at the information on this book, it says that it offers more details than what was shared on the Murder Sheet podcast. You guys covered this so intensely. Like, I'm not asking you to give the book away. We want people to buy your book here. But how much more could you put in this that we haven't heard already?
The fact of the matter is that while we were reporting on this case for the podcast, there was a gag order in place. And I can tell you the investigators and the prosecutor team, they took that gag order extraordinarily seriously. So we didn't even have a chance to talk to them in depth about what was going on until after the sentencing was over and while we were reporting the book itself. So there's actually quite a bit of details we were not privy to until that time.
At the crux of this, obviously, we have two girls that were viciously taken from us in a horrific way. We have a man that is in prison that was found guilty of those murders. Were you able to speak with any of the family members on both sides, or was it radio silence?
No, we did speak with family members of the girls, and were able to get some information on their journey because they went through some of this online harassment too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Who was harassing these family members?
Weird freaks on the internet. I hate to say it that bluntly, but it's one of those things. Everyone can have a different opinion, but when you're actually accusing the families without evidence, that's wrong, in my opinion.
Why do you think so many people were captivated with this story? Like, I'm not trying to be callous. People get murdered every day. We had 3 people shot to death on the 4th of July here in Indianapolis. Why was it this story that just seemed to captivate so many people?
2 reasons: extremely sympathetic, relatable victims who are just doing something fun, and everyone can see themselves in that. And they could say, that could be my daughters, that could be my sisters, that could be me.
Yes, that's it.
That's 1. 2, Libby captured Bridge Guy on her cell phone, so everyone's analyzing the video, and it becomes almost a parlor game, a mystery of let's figure out who Bridge Guy is. Maybe if we squint hard enough, we can figure it out. So it's the DIY mystery.
How did the investigation go for you guys? Like the people that were actually doing the investigating, in your opinion, how did they do?
I think they did an incredible job. And where that came down was they just did not give up. I think there was managerial chaos in the beginning of this case, and that led to the tip being lost. But that's not really a collective sin on all the people who stuck with it for years. It's just a mistake that happened. I don't think we should see law enforcement as perfect, and I think we should not expect perfection from them. But what we should expect in this case, we saw they never gave up. These guys were working it really hard for years.
And Kevin, it feels like the true crime genre of podcasting has really blown up. It's like the craft beer movement of like a couple of years ago, right? Everybody opened up, their own brewery, was making their own beers. Now it seems like everybody and their brothers got a true crime podcast out there. The rise of that, did that help or hurt this case?
I think ultimately it hurt the case because it really inspired quite a bit of chatter, and most of that chatter, frankly, was unhelpful. Anya mentioned there was this blurry video of the killer. People would look at that. They would try to enhance that picture. They would post pictures of people next to it, pictures of innocent men, and say, this must be the killer. A lot of people had their lives disrupted in really dramatic ways, people who had nothing to do with this crime.
I want to take a little time out here, and when we come back, I want to focus on the things that happened before the trial, because the trial was pretty wild in itself.
Yes.
But there was a lot of issues that were taking place before the trial. Can you come back for one more segment?
Absolutely.
All right, Anya and Kevin are here. They're with the Murder Sheet podcast. They got a new book, Shadow of the Bridge, The Delphi Murders, and the Dark Side of the American Heartland. We're coming right back. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Why do so many foundation, basement, and crawl space companies ask for half your money up front? Could it be because that's easier to get than earning all your trust? At the Michaelis Corporation, they believe trust is earned, not demanded. That's why they do things differently. They start with a free inspection, no strings attached, to give you an honest assessment of what your home needs. No pressure, no surprises. When it's time for the work, they don't ask for a deposit or any upfront payment. Not a single dollar until the job is complete and you're 100% satisfied. That's how they've been earning trust for over 39 years. Whether it's sagging floors, moisture control, concrete repair, or a full crawl space encapsulation, you can count on Michaelis for repairs that last. Don't trust just anyone with your home. Choose the company that puts your trust first. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY today. That's 844-FIXED-INDY. The Michaelis Corporation, building trust beneath your feet.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago Senator Dick Durbin. And now Dick Durbin has a new scheme, a government takeover of your credit card. Today, consumers have thousands of choices in credit cards, all with equal, strong security. But Durbin's plan is less competition and less security. And that means more risk for your credit and your identity. Tell Republicans in Congress, stop Dick Durbin's takeover of your credit card before it's too late.
Paid for by Electronic Payments Coalition.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed a musty smell in your home? I hope not, because damp smells mean that you could have a crawl space problem. That's where Indiana Foundation Service comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your crawl space and get to the root cause of the problem. Schedule your free inspection at indianafoundation.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
We play fair in Indiana, but Washington insiders want to cheat. They want taxpayers to spend millions to redraw legislative maps approved just 4 years ago. That's not democracy. It's a power grab, and they're hoping you won't notice. Thankfully, some of our leaders are saying no to D.C. politics. Tell politicians Hoosiers don't cheat. Protect our votes and get back to focusing on our real problems. Join the team at playfairindiana.com. Paid for by Indiana Conservation Voters.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Join the Home and Garden Show Saturday in Anderson at Anderson Speedway, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. as they preview Saturday evening's Night of Thrills at Anderson Speedway.
Need better sleep? Upgrade to a premium bed now and get the rest you deserve at Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. They make sleep easy.
Pierce Jewelers is the best family-owned jewelry store in Carmel. All jewelry and watch repair, appraisals, and custom design are done in-house. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Snapped a great photo? Witness something newsworthy?
Hey, there's some news.
You can text it right to the WIBC newsroom. Join the text club. Text WIBC to 317-239-9393.
Matt Baer has a look at
eastbound 70 after halt. Still slow traffic from Tibbs Avenue into the South Split as you make your way through that eastbound corridor. Inbound 65 stop and go. MLK 221st to crash southbound 65 at the North Split. Right shoulder block traffic a little bit slow back to west. Westbound 70 stop and go from the east side. Sherman Drive into the North Split and a 3-minute delay on southbound 65 70 North Split to the South Split. East side southbound 465 slows from 70 down to a 74 for a delay of 9 minutes. Crash Canby, State Road 67 south of Heartland Boulevard. And a crash Raymond Street east of Fisher Road. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry, offer ends September 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
right now. Sunshine 72 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center at 93 WIBC. Back on the Hammer and Nigel show. The book is out. Shadow of the Bridge, the Delphi Murders and the Dark Side of the American Heartland. Anya and Kevin of the Murder Sheet podcast, they are the authors. They are in studio. So before the trial took place, there was a lot of crazy stuff taking place. You mentioned earlier, people were sharing images of who they thought Bridge Guy was, just picking random people. At one point, we thought some guy in Colorado might have been Bridge Guy.
YouTubers,
getting into fights. And I was critical of the way that the state police were handling these press conferences. Doug Carter and I have had that conversation before. Friend of the show, yes. But we've disagreed on that.
Like the two different sketches of the assailant.
What were some of the more interesting moments before the trial?
I think for me, the investigators were going in so much on this Kagan Klein lead. This was a guy out of Peru, Indiana, who was doing horrible things to children, and they were looking at that. But he kept on lying to them, and it just was never quite coming together. And I think they showed a lot of restraint, because I think for me, when I look at someone doing that to kids, I'm like, that might be the guy. But what they were doing was trying to corroborate what he was saying, so they didn't end up arresting the wrong man.
It's wild, though, because there's a lot of similarities, because it seems like, and you guys would know more so than anybody, these perverts kind of have their own secret society. I don't want to say they travel in packs, but they are familiar and they hang out with each other. They're online with each other. And to have all this taking place with the connections, like, it made sense why people were fascinated with the Keegan Klein character.
Absolutely. And you hit the nail on the head. There's an invisible sort of army of these creeps, and it's unfortunate. That's where the darkness in the heartland comes in the title. There's so much bad stuff going around us at any time, and sometimes it's just not linked, but it's still important to know about.
Did the Odinism death cult theory from the defense ever hold any water with you two?
When I first heard about it, I thought it was important to take it seriously.
Sure.
Because if one of the parties in a case is putting forth something as a theory, we have to take it seriously. We owe that to them. But when you start investigating it and looking at it, it falls apart pretty quickly. And in fact, the defense had an opportunity before Judge Gold to lay out the evidence and say, here's why we think this is the case. Here's why we think it should be presented in the trial. And they had nothing. It just fell apart in court.
So tell us one more time why somebody should go out and purchase your book, which is available today.
I think Shadow of the Bridge gives you the true story and introduces you to the characters behind this case and how much this case meant to so many people and the steps the investigators took and the controversies, the controversial decisions that were made. And I think what you'll come away with is an understanding of the case that's really more of a behind-the-scenes look.
Are you done podcasting about Delphi? Have you moved on? I mean, I know Delphi wasn't your only subject matter for Murder Sheet, but is this it for now?
This is it for now. I think we'll probably cover an appeal or something that was like a big development, but we kind of see it as a story that's essentially over.
Where can people get the book?
Anywhere you buy your books, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, online, in retail stores, so kind of wherever, and you can call your local bookstores and support them potentially too.
Shadow of the Bridge, the Delphi Murders, and the Dark Side of the American Heartland. Anya Kane, Kevin Greenlee, thank you so much for coming in studio and breaking it all down for us. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
We appreciate it.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops. Really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com.
You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZzzQuil Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZzzQuil Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great